What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to 52 Topics with Frank Fiordilino, our Thursday night live. We've never done a Thursday night live,
No,
but
I don't think so.
no,
But
I don't think so. But we figured we'd hit you with one. We came out with a good video yesterday. Seems to be getting a great response so far. Thank you, first of all, like Dominic Calandra. You know what? Dominic Calandra says 2,000 subs. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for taking an interest in our channel and our content and helping us get to 2,000 subs. We just passed our 4-month anniversary doing this. We've been on here 4 months. Figure, I don't know what, 500 subs a month, I guess that works out to. Can't complain. Thank you to everybody. We really appreciate you. What's going on, Frank?
not much. Thank you everybody for the 2,000 subscribers. Yeah. Everything's good. Can't complain. Can't complain. Another show. We got a good one today. I think we're gonna talk about the recorded live we did yesterday. So if you guys have any questions, have at it. Hey, Carol, how are you, Carol?
Yeah, we'll talk about the recorded live and we'll talk about everything we've done up until this point now after our 4 months. If you guys have questions about anything, Roro G, the great Roro G, thank you so much. Christopher Todd, what's going on? Butterfly Kisses.
Mr.
Battles
Capello,
Beyond
man,
Memory.
I'm glad to see you, Matt, as well.
Matt, Carol N, Joe Root, the great Christopher Capello, Mark Encinas, and Roro, again, Ryan Brown,
Let's
Joe
not forget
Root, Matt.
about
So what's going
Roro.
on, everyone?
What's up, Roro? How you doing? Congratulations to you, Roro, because you're part of this. You know that, and always love. Can't say enough how much you guys you have helped us. So shout out to Roro.
For sure, of course. David Price, what's going on, buddy? How are you, Canadian boy? So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thanks once again for helping us get to 2,000 subs. Hopefully, we continue to get better, and I think the response has been pretty good, man. A couple of haters
Yeah,
here and there. That's to be expected, but overwhelmingly, the response is good. We have a lot of overlap from people from different channels that don't necessarily go into the same chats. So we have a lot of people from different little areas of this mob tube, whatever you want to call it, funneling into our show. We really appreciate all you people being here. William Brooklyn, what's going on? Gaslight Studios. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. What
what do
else?
you got?
So what did you think about? I guess the response to the one we put out yesterday has been pretty good. It's probably our fastest growing video. I think it was our biggest live stream. I think we had about 250 something people in the live at one point.
Yeah, that was amazing. 250. That's awesome. Thank you guys. Thanks again. I think people I read some comments and I read one in particular that stated that, hey, look, you put Alite giving them relevance,
Credibility.
No,
Credibility, right?
credibility, my bad, credibility. And you know what? It wasn't about AI. It was about my experience. It wasn't about John's experience. And when it came to Howard Beach and Ozone Park, believe it or not, John was part of that scene. So whatever you guys have, that's whatever. But that was my story, not his.
Right, right. And I think I mentioned it, during that. Why the reason I found it pretty interesting was it was a perspective from a young up and coming street guy having to deal with a lot of the offspring of some of these powerful men, and while also becoming a criminal with your friends. And it's not often a insight that you get from the younger perspective. A lot of those people don't want to talk, or maybe they're still involved in the life, or you know what it is. So that's why I found it interesting, Frank. And it's your story, right? It's not.
Yeah, and that's why I think it took away from that. But a lot of people did like the video, um, and that's where I was at that time in my life,
Right.
and it was very intimidating time, by the way.
I bet. Let's see. You weren't anybody if you didn't get piped by Alite. After the Jack says the whole Alite is a liar horse shit is embarrassing. He's got documented bodies as in court.
Yeah.
It's
You
more
didn't want him after you back then. Believe me.
Soretti, what's going on? Mob content, dude. Changing up the avatar there, huh, buddy? It was from your perspective at the time. I like it. Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what it was, Soretti. Exactly. Hey, what's up, buddy? You know, Gaslight's question. Please.
Cindy, what's going on? OG Ruby
I
Almighty.
want to answer it. Would you be categorized as a zip, Frank, or would you be an Americanized gangster? Pino Silvestri, the cologne for the zips right here. I got it on Amazon today. So I don't know. I mean,
what's it called? Say it again. What's it called?
Pino Silvestri.
Okay.
I know some of you zips out there have this. And it's the official grease ball cologne of Knickerbocker Avenue. You could have got it at Sal Catalano's shop called the Coliseum on Knickerbocker Avenue. He sold the shit out of it. He probably sold more of this than he did heroin.
So you were saying he had that shop and he was importing like a lot of Italian products, magazines, books, movies, and stuff.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think at the time, I don't know if you know, anybody could correct me if I'm wrong. I think Pino Silvestri, the cologne, I think the only place you could have got it was imported. It
could be.
You had to go to Italy or an Italian import store.
Interesting. You see, nobody talks about the good these guys do. Even though they sell heroin, they'll get you that Italian cologne. They'll get you that magazine from back home that you've been missing.
Gaslight, I would say maybe a little bit of both. I still have my San Pellegrino water.
There you go. Yeah. Love that.
Hey, another
fat on the bottle.
But
at one point, Frank, as far as like the Pellegrino and stuff like that, now it's like everywhere. You can't avoid it. The first time I saw it was at the little Italian deli as a kid in the 90s up the block from me. That's the only place I couldn't get it at a 7-Eleven or whatever. It was only the Italian spots. What's that sparkling water with the white label? Fucking people get a kidney stone. They start drinking that Italian water. You know what I'm talking about?
Not the one fucking the Italian Alka-Seltzer. That sounds Polish. Broski. Maybe. I don't remember. But we were carrying the products out of our coffee shops. So most coffee shops did, but they were imported by that. Hey, Brian wants to see Sheba. I'll get her for you, Brian. I'll get her. I gave you my word. I'll get her. Come here, you fucker.
Was that the cat?
Yeah. She's around, the Maine Coon.
Another fat bald Italian. What's going on? Bobby Fingers. What's going on, buddy? Hey, Bobby Fingers, being who you are, I mean, we haven't spoke about it, but, what did you think of that episode we put out? I'd love to know that if you watched it. I'd love to know your perspective or your thoughts on that. Stefano and Aloro. How's everything? Frank, Brett, hope you're well. Doing good, Stefano. Hope you're doing good, too. What's going on, Bo? What's up, Matt?
Where's the crumb ball?
Yeah, we're always adding new clips, guys.
And this is one of my favorites.
We put this one. Frank requested that we added this one to the show.
You're a real crumb bum. You're a crumb bum. Real crumb bum.
It's actually crumb bum. It's a crumb bum alert. So you guys acting up?
You're a real crumb bum. You're a crumb bum. Real crumb bum.
Crumb bum alert. Don't be a crumb bum. Don't be a crumb bum. Shout out to the Philly people in the house. Rock Solid. What's up, Rock Solid? Hope you're doing well. Hey, guys. Frank really liked the show on Sicily. I was there, too, in 85, Taormina. Remember that war and the second Indrangheta war in Calabria. Starting over a wedding, over 1,000 dead in 5 years.
Wow. That was the Androgeno one. Yeah, that takes me back too. Crazy. Yeah, it was a rough time, man. It was a rough time. Mr. Vola, Richard Gestagno, my math teacher. He
Interesting though, when you go there, you were ignorant to all of it. You didn't even
Yeah, I mean, I was. When I'm 15, I'm worried about high school, and me and my mom went there, and it was beautiful, but at the same time, a lot of shit was going on. But it's Sicily. Yeah, it's crime on crime mostly, but when that kind of stuff happens. She used to say that shit. Richard Costello, that's right. I had a math teacher in the 7th grade, and Richard just brought it up. She used to say that, crumb, you're a crumb bum. That woman was nuts.
Mr. Vola, they love tripe. Yeah. Was that Russo's on the Bay? You worked at
She
the
didn't
Polo?
play games, that lady, and she's still alive. God rest her soul.
Rumbum. 76 people. What's going on? Cindy, this mother effer said, you ever hear Rizzo's quote about Attila the Hun? Play that. No, I don't. I'll start looking. I'll get more of them.
Yeah, for sure. Anything that man says, he's like Archie Bunker.
We'll get more of them. We're looking to add more to the show. Yeah,
So what do we got? Listen, we got 2,000 subscribers. We just got past that, and the previous what shows did you guys like so far in this journey of ours? We're getting close to the good stuff, the stuff you're gonna want. But what did you guys like in particular? So we could go from there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you guys think of questions, and then Frank, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some questions from yesterday's upload.
Sure.
We're going to see. So let's see. Anybody asked any good questions? Let's go through that. So somebody was alluding to the fact that Junior moved up basically in that world, so he had to be more careful with what he was doing in the street. I guess that's a clap back to you saying that he was distancing himself, I suppose.
Yeah, it felt that way, that he was moving on to bigger and better things. So, if the phone rang, he wasn't picking up for his old friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah. This isn't a question, but Justin Horn says, I could listen to you guys together all day. Thank you, Justin. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's see. Common sense. Thank you. D13 basically said that all the mafia princes and princesses ran around like that. I guess he's saying it's to be expected. I don't know.
Yes and no. Not that. I mean, these guys would at times look for gangsters' kids and fuck with them just to humiliate the kid and the parent, knowing that the parent's gonna want to squash it after. So they throw punches first, and then fucking they would or worse. There was the Catalano guy. He owed a lot of money. Jeff. What's his name? The old man. Patty Catalano.
Yeah, fat Patty Catalano.
Yeah, and Jeff owed some money, and they let's just say they disrespected him. Not in a man way, but they which stuff that you really don't do when your dad's a guy. You know what I mean?
Right.
And they did that. Matt, thank you, Matt. And who's
Roro G? Thank you so much. $49.99 from Roro G. Thank you, Roro. We love you. Thank you
Matt.
so much. Matt, holy shit, man.
Thanks, bro. Thank you.
Matt, $100 from Matt. Matt, thank you so much, buddy. Thank you. That really means a lot, buddy.
Who the heck is this?
Thank you, buddy. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, so much. It means a lot, really.
It does. Who the fuck? Don't anybody know I'm working?
We'll get to all your questions. Anthony, I'll get to your question. Thanks again, Roro, Matt.
Oh, we got a special guest if you want to put the
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. We got a special on a 2,000. This is good. I really this is a friend, and
So should I put it in the chat?
No, that's not a troll. Common. That was it's my buddy. We were on the street, so I'll give you. You guys want to guess who's coming on?
Where should I put the link?
Oh, put it on the chat. Pick it up.
Okay.
So Popular demand. You
All
know
right,
who it is?
that link is for the special guest.
Yes, you'll know who it is once you see him.
We'll see.
Alite. I spoke that we have Alite news, by the way. We have Alite news, don't we? Just
We
in.
do. We do. Apparently, we do have a light.
We have very. Is it Hoodie? For goes Hoodie. Hoodie, I would awarded you with the Pino Silvestri award, but I guess not.
I
Very
think Hoodie can
excited
come
about
back. There's a spot. There's a spot for people. You know, I think people are kind of getting fucking sick of the whole drama stuff. People want to fucking just hear stories. They're fucking tired of it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Mr. Howie Santos.
Howie.
What's going on?
What's up, you crumbs? What did
Crumb
you
bum.
say? Crumb bum. What's up, crumb bums?
All right. How you doing?
How you doing, sir?
All right. I watched your after you when you sent me that text. I was sleeping, but I watched the show. And you know, I just thought I can give a little bit of input on what the show was about. So
sure.
I figured I'd jump on with you guys. I haven't been on yet. For no particular reason. Just, you know, life goes on.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, I noticed, like, you know, a lot of people make excuses you know, for John, because you have so many, for John Alite, because you have so many people out there that call him a liar and believe he's a liar. And I grew up in the same neighborhood as John. I know him since I'm a young kid. And I grew up during that time of when John Jr. and Alite were terrorizing the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, John Senior's club was on 98th Street and 101st Avenue. My club, that, you know, it was my club for a while. I was partners with Jojo Carrazzo, and his club was located on 77 and 101st Avenue. And you would think, like, because their club was on 98th Street and our club was on 77th Street, like we would be together, which was the furthest thing you can say. I mean, we were basically like different factions within the same avenue, you know? Like, we didn't really associate with them. And, you know, they didn't really associate with us. You know, obviously, as we got older and people started becoming wise guys, yeah, you know, they would make visits from time to time and come hang out in the bar on the corner, like Johnny Boy, Ruggiero, you know, Alite. Obviously, Alite was partners with Ronnie One-Arm for a long time, and afterwards, Ronnie was my partner in the social club on 77th Street. But what I want to say about Alite is, you know, I see like so many people talking shit about him and saying all kinds of derogatory things. Alite was one of the most notorious guys in my neighborhood. Okay, he was one of the most respected guys in my neighborhood, and his name put fear in a lot of guys' fucking hearts. And if you were a drug dealer, he'd shake you down if you didn't have any protection. He's beat up so many people. I can give you an example. This kid, Gene Foster, who used to hang out. Actually, he lived like around the corner from the club at the time. And, but, you know, he hung out in the area, but he wasn't really, you know, a part of anything, Gene. He wasn't like, you know, he didn't come and hang out in the club with us or anything. He was also like a few years older than me as well. But Gene Foster. I'm not sure exactly what the problem was, but Alite beat him with a pipe so bad that he almost killed the guy. He was a vicious guy, Alite. I mean, every day you'd hear a new story. He baseball batted this guy. He shot this guy. And I don't usually toot anybody's horn. And you guys know I've been on here for a few years now, participating in the shows, and I very rarely talk about Alite, and it's not for any reason. Alite is a dear friend of mine. We speak to each other. Holidays come around, we text each other or we speak to each other. Wish
The
happy holidays.
stove and the weeds on the counter.
So anyway, we're friends, and the only reason why I've been on shows and people say this and that about him and I don't get involved is because I'd be fighting thousands of fucking people every day,
Invisible ones,
yeah, like
Mhm.
I got enough with fighting my own battles, and I know I
Right.
know Alite's a big boy, and he can take care. He can fight. He can handle his own battles. I don't need to fight them for him. And but I just think it's time just to let people know. Alite was the real deal. Okay.
Yeah.
And he was fucking notorious. And another little thing, I hope he doesn't get mad at me for it, but a lot of people make fun of him, when he says that he knew about the Castellano kid. I mean, Castellano hit. I had a personal conversation with Alite, okay? And he swore on his daughter, and that was after his daughter passed away. And he didn't have to do that, because I anything he tells me, I'm not good, I'm not going to question it either way. It doesn't have, if he tells me he did something, whether or not he did it or not, I don't care. It's none of my business. But he swore on his daughter, and that was after she passed away, unfortunately, that he knew about the Paul Castellano hit. So, I didn't, need to necessarily hear that to believe it, but that's just all the more that I know it had to be true. How he knew about it or who told him, that's all irrelevant.
Right.
Yeah, I believe he knew. Um, I have my suspicions on how he knew, but I'm not
Me
going to put
too.
it out there because it could be wrong. But you know, he was, they're so wrong about this kid. About like we sometimes we think we refer to people as kids because when we all grew up we were kids, but we're all grown men now.
That's what we say. Yeah.
But
It's an expression.
yeah, and I hear people even like when that time when Jimmy Calandra started his show and he built his show off of attacking Alite.
Yeah.
I didn't get involved, because it was I've seen too many times people getting into fights and then you get involved and then they make up later on, and now you're the bad guy,
For
um
sure.
but I remember saying to myself, Alite would have tore him. He would have tore him into fucking 30 different pieces. Let me tell you another thing about Alite. Alite was always in tip top shape. He was a gym fanatic. He was a boxing fanatic. Even now, at his age, he's still in great shape. Uh, he was always people start talking about him like he's 5'3". He's not 5'3". He's probably about 5'8", 7.
Yeah, he's a little bit shorter than me.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah,
Not like
yeah.
you know, they want to show pictures him standing next to a guy that's 6'4". Of course, you're gonna look small, you know. But you know, if you look, there's a photo out there of him standing next to Sammy Gravano, and, he's about a fucking foot taller than Sammy. You know?
Sammy's short.
I know, but you know, but
Yeah,
Sammy, you know, he's like what, like 5'3", 5'4", or something.
Yeah, he's small.
You ever see Sammy dance, Howie?
Well, yeah, I saw the video clips that you guys played, him dancing at the rave.
The Starbucks stuff. That was great.
And then that other one. Imagine an ex underboss, you know, licking a Starbucks fucking coffee cup. Jesus Christ.
I think I told you a long time ago, people meet him and they come back with fucking like, what the fuck did I just do?
You know what he does? He does this on Instagram. For whatever reason, they make his Instagram this fucking weird place. So this is where I get all this shit.
He seems to me like a guy that just fucking like he's like a prankster, and he likes to do when he's in his when he's when he's comfortable, he does silly things to get people to laugh, you know.
Yeah, he likes to shock. Definitely he likes to shock value of people, and he's a habitual line stepper too, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey, Howie, you know this guy Bobby Fingers?
Wait. Let me put back to the shit. Bobby Fingers, listen, I'm not here to badmouth anybody. I have my own skeletons in my closet. There's a lot of people that know me, and I was around Alite, I guess you're saying, a jerk off, and that's the truth. Hey, you can have your opinions about anybody you want, but writing it on a YouTube screen and telling it to his face is two different things.
And the other thing too is we will defend him as a friend for sure, but we're not here to we're not his human polygraph test. You understand? We have our own fucking, you know, we're not here to do that. But he is my friend. He's Howie's friend. And I remember him. He got busy back in the day. He got busy.
And another thing, a lot of people I'm not looking at the chat right now. I'm sorry if I didn't say hello to anyone that said hello to me, but I've never ever spoken on any of the channels this way about Alite.
No, you never have. No, no.
You know, because that, you know, we're all big boys. We all, you know, we can fight our own battles. We don't need anybody to fight our own battles. But I just, you know, like it just got a little bit annoying, you know, like how you have people that didn't even grow up in the life that we grew up in, you know, saying the guy's a jerk off, he was a nobody. They don't know him. They don't know. Him and John Jr. terrorized fucking Ozone Park, Woodhaven, and everywhere else they can fucking get their hands on back in the day.
Yeah,
you know.
Yep. It's amazing that nobody ever went after him, you know, because he did a lot of shitty things. And I'm not advocating that. He lived to 150 years old, Junior.
Well, people did go after him. You know, they have, yeah. I mean, Alite's been fucking baseball batted. Alite,
yeah.
He's caught the short end of the stick plenty of times. Nobody's, you know, I've caught the short end of the stick plenty of times myself. Yeah. Everyone has, you know. It's what you do. It's what you do in response to when it happens.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, what do you guys attribute the hate to? I mean, is it just because people don't like him, or what do you think it comes down to?
Well, I just think people find some of the things he says unbelievable, and then you have, like, you know, Angel Gotti telling everyone it's unbelievable, and there's just so many, you know, Gotti simps out there. So they, you know, what did Duck say? There's pictures of Alite standing next to John Jr. They're the same height. Yeah, exactly, Ducks. I mean, he's not tall, but you know, but he's not the, you know, they make like he's fucking 5'2". He was actually, you know, That listen, back in my neighborhood, everybody that was like the average size, 5'8", 5'9",
We're
5'7".
Italian for sure.
But
Yeah.
yeah, my point is that I guess maybe some of the things that he had spoken about seemed too unbelievable for people to believe, you know. But hey, listen, you know, the guy was part of that family. I mean, when I say part of the family, when he was hanging out with Junior, he was his best friend. They baptized each other's kids. He spent time in the house. He slept over. They were like fucking frickin' frack at one time, you know. And like getting back to, and then like what Frankie says, how, you know, like Junior distanced himself. Yeah, then, you know, eventually, you know, now Junior gets straightened out. Now he's, you know, on a different level. Okay, he's promoted to captain, and usually whenever you become a wise guy, you know, you stay out of the fucking, you know, the you're basically stepping out of the trenches, you know, and you know, you have to distance yourself from, you know, certain people, like, you know, you don't want any negative attention, you know, like you don't
Yeah, once you get
it's
into
just,
that
yeah,
fraternity,
you
yeah,
know,
for sure. And
yeah,
that's what
it's
he's
like,
doing.
yeah, I mean, you know, like John, now he's who he is, and that's the way it is. Those people, you know, once you become a captain and stuff like that, you don't hang out on the fucking street corner anymore, and you know, with the riffraff, and you know, you people have to make appointments to see you at that point. You know, it's just the way it is. You
Yeah,
know,
no, I hear you.
once you get to that next level, of course you can't, you know, associate as much as you used to with the peasants.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like, though. I mean, you see
Yeah,
when that
right.
gets made, the metamorphosis that occurs. They start talking with the side of their mouth, you know. They start walking different. They
But
look at their watch all the
yeah,
time.
but there's a difference. There's a difference between the assholes who take advantage of that to act like uh
Hmm.
even though I know like wise guys who become wise guys, yeah, they don't hang out anymore like they used to. But you know, every time I seen them, they showed me the utmost respect. You know, they
Yeah,
went
yeah,
out of
yeah.
their way, like, hey, how are you? How you doing? You know, how's your family? You know, like you know, have a seat. You want a drink? You know, like they treat you with respect because you're their friend. You know, even though you're not on their level, they're not going to make you feel that way. Then you got other guys who act like what Frankie's saying.
Yeah, a lot of them go underground, like Howie says, after they get made. And when I mean
Yeah.
underground is, you'll only see them around at certain times. You know what I mean? Parties, funerals.
Just want to
Now,
shout somebody out, and I want to ask you guys a question. I see Rob Jeans in the chat.
What's up, fellas?
What's up,
You hear
Rob
me or
Jeans?
not? What's going on, cuz?
Yeah, I see.
What's up, fellas?
I like I said, I apologize. I haven't been looking at the chat, so you know.
No,
yeah,
no,
let's
no.
say hi to some people that Howie also knows because, like you said, he can't look at
You
the
say
chat.
hi to a couple people that I want to ask you guys something.
Sure, we got Doug Seretti. What's up, Unique? Rob Jean. Great to have you back. Brent, you're a prick. Rob Jean says. Matt, thank you, Matt. Always Danny F. Jesse, what's up, baby? How you doing? And then if I missed anybody, I didn't do it on purpose. And Common Sense, what's up, buddy?
Common sense, what's going on?
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
my question.
Brooklyn, one more guy. Pick Brooklyn right there. That's a real good dude right there.
My question
Yeah.
for you guys, just for everybody else in the chat, because there is some people who
And Anton,
are in
so
the
you
chat that you might only see him in this chat, maybe another chat. So just for everyone, I mean, what is your guys' relationship back in the day on the streets? How do you guys know each other? What
Well,
were you guys doing?
well, Frankie came from a different part. You know, obviously, I grew up in Woodhaven first, then Ozone Park, and Frankie came from Bushwick and then Ridgewood, and eventually, you know, we connect and become friends through a mutual friend, Bobby Vanace, Bobby Glasses. He opens up a coffee shop in Glendale, and Glendale is, you know, right next door to Ridgewood. And so when JoJo was going away, I think I'm not sure if it was a state bid. I think it was a federal bid in 95-ish, I want to say. He told me to stay by Bobby's Cafe.
Yeah.
So, you know, he said, obviously, if I got any problems, I see Bobby. So I started hanging out with Bobby by his cafe. And that's what, you know, I mean, I knew who Frankie was. Frankie knew who I was, but we never actually spoke. You know what I'm saying? And then from the cafe, that's how we started hanging out with
We
each
started
other.
hanging out.
Yeah.
He botched we were supposed to go on to give somebody a beat, and he botched it.
Is that right?
Who, me? Oh, yeah. Well, I already had gone to look for the guy.
You
but he
did.
wasn't
You
there.
were with us, right? So it was me, you, and the kid. We'll call him the kid. And we went over there, and then that's right. The guy we were looking for wasn't there. I
Right.
kind of back then I'm thinking to myself, I'm kind of glad we didn't catch him there. You know why?
Yeah, he would have got a big beating.
No, not that. But guess whose restaurant was down the block?
I don't remember.
Casablanca.
Okay.
The fuck we would have there would have been an ambulance coming out of there. You know what's his face. We would want to know what the fuck happened. And there's my name popping up again, you know?
Yeah. For you, it would have been a problem. For me, it
Oh
wouldn't
yeah,
have,
for
because
sure.
I was just following orders.
Oh no, not for you. For me, it would have been a problem. I'm glad we didn't catch him. I wasn't thinking, but that's common for me back then. But
That was
yeah,
a
I
tough-
almost had a problem anyway. My cousin called me in right after.
Yeah, because you're from a different family. Bobby's a Gambino guy.
Right, but it wasn't that. This fucker switch kissing ass. He used to kiss the Gambino's guys. He started going around the guy, maid guy in the Banana family. I didn't know that.
Right. Well, you know, that was our favorite words when we were growing up. I didn't know.
Yeah, and that's what I did. I did it with fucking my hands though. So my cousin calls me in, and there's John Licata, Pete Licata's son there, and this guy Enzo who used to work for my brother, and he got made. And I walk in there, and they go, "Hey, what happened with you and that fucking kid Frank the mechanic?" I said, "Why am I here?" You know what I mean? I didn't get it. He goes, "Well," I said, "Whoa!" I said, I look up and I go, "I didn't know he was with." And they go, "Yeah, but what happened?" And I told him he's just a fucking hard on. He's always had something to say. It wasn't for me. It was personal. For them, I don't know what it was about. But it was actually about Rob Iavani.
Yeah.
And I just, you know that guy Howie?
Yeah. Very well.
Yeah, on the screen, of course.
Yeah,
And,
me and him, we were partners. We had the squeeze game in Bobby's Cafe.
oh, you did, didn't you?
Yeah.
Remember
For people,
they took you for 2,000, both of them, fucking Gambino, and you went in the car to get a bat.
oh yeah. People that don't know what the squeeze means, it was like a 4-man poker game. I'm sure Frankie has explained how it works. Anyway,
It's
these two
32 cards, the sevens and up, and the ace could go over the 7, like the ace could go under a 2 on
right, like ace could become a 6 or it can be an ace.
The other term we used to use is French poker, because the French used to play. The only difference between the French is a 3 of a kind beats a straight, but we don't do that. And a flush beats a full house.
So Rob, you know, we're playing, you know, just to pass some time, and Rob and Joe Gambino, I think I lose like fucking 2,000 in like 15 minutes, and then they decided they had somewhere to go. So I went in my car. I got a baseball bat. When they came out, I told them, I says, "You ain't going nowhere. Get back in there. We're playing cards." And what was funny is I wind up losing like 19,000 that night. I should have let them go.
Jeez.
And I was
19,000?
Yeah, I didn't pay it, but that was what the figure was.
Yeah, you fucking beat, Ivani.
And
You beat that fucker.
and Bobby was sitting there, watching, and he was getting a big kick out of it because I was slamming the table, motherfucker, and everything.
Oh man, yeah, you get mad. You get mad as a sight, and then Bobby, you know him. He likes to fucking. He liked a good laugh. He had a very dry sense of humor.
I remember another time when I had first started hanging out there and I was first learning the game. I really wasn't, that good at it yet. And I got 4 kings one time and threw out an ace. I thought I was fucking king, and fucking Rabbi Ivani caught a gut shot straight flush.
What?
Fuck.
Yeah. So obviously I'm raising, and he's raising me back. It gets up to 25,000, right?
What?
Right. So then he shows a straight flush, right?
Yeah.
So obviously, I'm mad, whatever, but I didn't act out because, I was new, you know what I'm saying? So later on, Rob comes over to me and he says, "Hey, listen, forget about the money. I don't want the money." I says, "Why? What happened?" He says, "I talked to Bobby and he said I was wrong. I shouldn't have raised you that high, because I had the lock hand." And he says, and another thing he says, "You better be careful. He might try to kill you after this."
A little truth to that. A little truth to that.
And and that's what Rob told me. It came out of his mouth.
Yeah. I could do without that. He's like,
Got a couple questions. Howie, it's up to you if you want to answer any of these. One is from Danny F. Howie, was Christopher Colon as tough as they say he is? I heard Alphonse treated him like crap.
Christopher Colon was a tough kid. Yeah, he was tough. Yeah, I actually went with him to beat up this kid that he had a problem with the night before, and he stabbed the kid. So yeah, he was a tough guy. He Chris, I guess like birds of a feather, like like attracted to, like Chris had gotten to a problem one time with the Colombo kids, Dino Saraceno's guys, I believe, and they Alphonse and his whole crew, they were at the Blue Zoo, and one of these Colombo kids had stabbed Chris in the fucking shoulder with a glass, and Chris wanted to get even, so he came to me, and we were gonna get even, but they wind up squashing it, and Dino wind up becoming good friends with Alphonse, and he used to come and play cards by the club, and we used to go out. He used to come out with us as well. But yeah, Chris was a tough guy. Yeah.
All right, cool, thanks. Albanian you, sup fellas? You got any funny stories about scores gone wrong?
Scores? Oh, scores gone wrong?
No, not the strip club. The
yeah. I mean, yeah, I have a bunch of them actually, but let me see one that sticks out. Well, there's scores that gone wrong. Scores when most of the scores that have gone wrong is that what was supposed to be there wasn't there. All right, I'll tell you a score. We were supposed to do, and this came from Nicky Shakes' father.
Jesus, already starting good.
Yeah. Jack Valente, right?
Yeah, so he got arrested. So he was a good guy. He was a good
guy. Jack was a sweetheart. He gave me a few scores. Jack.
Really?
He was, yeah. One and most all of them paid off. It just wasn't as much as sometimes that was what was expected to be there. So he gives us this score, this lady who's supposed to be holding money for a wise guy. The guy's name was Vic. I don't remember the last name of the wise guy's name. So anyway, so she was his girlfriend, and she was holding money for him in a safe in her house, and she lived out in Long Island, and so we sat on that house for a week because we wanted to do it when she wasn't home, and she had a maid, but obviously we couldn't do the job without the maid being home because she was always there. But we did try to avoid the lady being there, and we sat there for a whole fucking week, and this lady left at the same time every day, right?
Yeah.
So now when we're finally ready to do the job, we didn't want to sit in that area, with pistols and, all ready to do a home invasion, and wait for her to leave, and then have somebody say, hey, there's a funny looking van parked outside, and then we get pinched before we even do the job. So we just assumed she was going to go to work that day like she always did. And that was our mistake. So now we go to the house. My partner rings the doorbell with a bouquet of flowers. Obviously, he steps into the house, and my other partner told her, listen, we're not going to hurt you. Just have a seat, and, everything's going to be fine. So we go, so my friend goes upstairs because we want to make sure that, there's no one else in the house.
Right.
And I run upstairs too, and I see my partner standing in front of a closet, and I look on the floor, and the fucking phone line was going into the fucking closet. So I walk over to the closet, and the fucking lady's hiding in the closet on the phone with 911.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, wow.
So we told her to come out of the closet, sit on the bed. I picked up the phone, and I said, hello, who's this? And they said 911. Oh, false alarm. Everything's okay. And I hung up the phone. But we have walkie-talkies and scanners. So,
Right.
we're waiting. If the call hits, then we'll leave.
Right.
So she had a safe in her bedroom closet, and we were told there was a safe in the house with the money. So we assumed that was the safe. So she opened up the safe, and maybe it came out to about like 46,000 or whatever it was.
Wow.
And the call came over, and we left. But then we find out later on, because the guy that Jack got the tip from was friendly with them, and a friend of his worked with this guy who gave him the tip. So obviously after the thing happened, he got word of what happened, and he said, man, those guys missed out because there was a safe in the basement with like 800,000.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
How much was it? 6,000?
Huh?
Or did you say 46,000 about?
Yeah, it came out to like 46,000 total. The safe upstairs with some jewelry and stuff. So the safe, and the reason why it went wrong, obviously she was home when she wasn't supposed to be, because we don't really like to do things that involve women, but unfortunately things happen. But and we would never hurt them even if they were there. So obviously if she wasn't on the phone with 911, we wouldn't have just fucking opened up that safe and left. We would have looked around the whole fucking house and went into the basement and found the other safe. Now you may be asking yourself, well, how are we going to get into the safe if the woman wasn't there? That our plan was to take the whole fucking safe.
Yeah.
We weren't gonna try to open it. Well, if we were able to open it while we were there, maybe we would have tried to do it. But most likely we would have just, took it with us, and opened it later on. So yeah, that was a fucked up job.
Oh yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm dumb enough to take the 46,000 and leave.
No, you see that, a lot of people,
I would have been like, all right, here it is.
No, we took our time. We
Yeah.
always, you know, once we had the areas. I mean, we did fucking commercial burglaries where we went into the warehouse. We cut the phone lines. The alarm was down, and we used the forklifts inside the warehouse we were robbing to load up our trucks.
That happened. We did the same thing at the fucking at this place we were at. It was an inside job. They worked there. The guys who actually the inside job guys were the guys who were doing the forklifts. We got TVs, the computers back, and it was a big score.
But yeah, I mean, I got so many score stories. I mean,
Yeah,
we robbed the fucking Tommy Hilfiger outlet. It wound up being Tommy Hilfiger's sisters, and
wow.
in Tommy Hilfiger's hometown.
Jeez.
It was Elmira, New York, upstate New York. I wind up getting 1.5 to 3 for that because I didn't get caught doing it. I got caught afterwards. There was a rat on the case.
Mhm.
And when we were locked up, you know, we were called the Tommy Hilfiger boys. Me and my friend that got locked up.
I'm sorry, that sounds very sugary.
The Hilfiger.
Yeah. Well, because we were the guys who robbed the outlet that belonged to Tommy Hilfiger's sister in his hometown.
How about you would have robbed the Versace place? You were the Versace boys.
No, but we actually did rob a Versace warehouse.
Yeah,
That was one of
if
our
it wasn't
biggest
nailed, you
stores.
were robbing it, Howie.
Yeah. So
Jesus
anyway,
Christ.
yeah. Any other questions?
Yeah,
Brian G. Brian G. He's asking about. People love asking about this guy. He's asking about Hoodie.
I know Hoodie since he's a young boy. Always a nice kid, you know, growing up, respectful. You know, he wasn't a tough guy or anything like that. You know, he knows the people he says he knows, but you know, I always looked at him as a nice kid. You know, he always was respectful to me. I got nothing bad to say about him. So, you know, I'm not going to verify what stories are true and what stories aren't true. He's never said anything bad about me. So, you know, I have no reason.
And that's respectful. That's respectful. You know, I
Yeah, fair
understand.
enough. Yeah, for sure.
Like I don't know him, but the one that I find a little bit fucking a little bit hard to swallow is the one where him and what's the Ronnie One Arms kid chased Vinny Gorgeous out of Rayos.
Yeah, that's a tough one to swallow. That's
Yeah,
tough.
but you know, I mean, that might have been something that Alphonse told him.
I agree with you. He probably called him outside. They were together after because I don't think Hoodie would have been in that conversation. Said I told him to leave if he knows what's good for him. You know, saying something stupid, slick like that. I don't know Alphonse to say something like that. Would he? I don't know.
I did. There was one story I did get a chuckle from Hoodie, and that one story you told when you walked into a place and the whole place got quiet.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking maybe you left out the part that Ronnie One Arm was standing behind you.
Either that or he walked. Either that or he walked into a deaf mute's house.
I'm only fucking with you, Hoodie. Don't get all bent out of shape.
He walked into a deaf school.
He had, you know, Hoodie claims to, you know, when he does his shows, he claims to have not known to cooperate on his case, but everybody knows it was me. You know, for whatever reasons, he's never, you know, identified me as the cooperator, and he, you know, you can tell he didn't want to talk about me.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But he did tell a story that was about me. But you know, he didn't say it was me. He just said it was one of the guys from the club. Yeah. I remember when my friend Maxie's son was with a friend of his in a bar, and he came back all beat up. You know, they got into a fight there, and he was all beat up, and his friend didn't have a scratch on him. So I smacked his friend for not helping him.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have a scratch on him, you know. And, you know, that was one of the stories Hoodie tells, but he just doesn't use my name.
Yeah, crazy. You remember the arena disco, right?
Yeah.
That was, yeah, you were a little older than me, so when I was 15, you weren't legal to get in there. So
yeah, I was there when fucking John Jr. shot the bouncer.
It was him. It was in see, I always heard conflicting stories until the book came out. That clarified it. It was Junior, but the rumor was always that, and from my neighborhood, that it was Gotti's son-in-law, which would be Carmine.
Well, this is what happened, right? Joe O'Kane got into an argument with someone in there, and it worked its way outside, and fucking Joe O'Kane blasted this kid. He gave him a fucking shot you could hear from like fucking 10 blocks away. And then a whole fucking scuffle broke out, and the bouncers got involved. And I watched fucking John Jr. lean in and shoot the fucking bouncer right in his leg. And then the fucking crowd scattered and they left.
Yeah. It was the guy Danny. He was the manager. I remember he got shot. I was a kid.
Yeah. So, well, I'm only like fucking 3 years older than you.
No, I know, but that was a lot back then. If you figured they would let me in,
yeah, true,
they didn't
true,
have hair
true,
on my
right.
face, and you were legal to go in there.
Right.
If I was,
if I was 18, you were 15, right?
Yeah. That's a world of apart.
Do you remember Fat Georgie from Junior Social Club?
Yeah, I know Fat Georgie. Yeah, he was a funny guy. He was like a jokester.
Carmine, comment. I call him Carmine. Hey, Carmine. Hoodie taught El Chapo how to hustle.
Vinny chicken cutlets. Yeah, I see your question there on the screen. Well, Vito is not a killer, so you don't have to be a killer anymore.
No.
But as far as everything else, I mean,
yeah,
being a bookmaker, a loan shark, running card games, whatever. I mean, just about anybody could do that. Minus the violence. Yeah, why wouldn't he be? He's loyal to the life. He's, he grew up around Bobby. Not everyone is gonna grow up being a fucking tough guy.
No, you're absolutely right, and it goes back to, I'm sorry, but it goes back to like what Joe Messina used to say, Howie. You need a lot of ingredients to make a good soup, and he's a good ingredient for that life, and he probably will never gonna get big time because he doesn't.
Right? They don't. Obviously, you don't have to be a murderer. That's they did away with that ingredient. So
yeah, he's one funny kid though. He's a funny bastard.
Yeah, I mean, listen. I was mad at him for a little while because he talked behind my back, but that's just part of that life. Everybody talks behind each other's back. I mean, you could see a guy fucking hugging a guy, giving him a kiss, and being all cordial, and then the guy walks away, and the guy's calling him a jerk off.
Yeah.
His guy was his guy. That's the only person that he really was 100% into was his guy. And when his guy died, I don't know what's out there for him. You know that.
Yeah. He was a good kid. He's younger than me. That's why I refer to him as a good kid, because when I was growing up, he was a good kid. He was still a kid. He was just starting to spread his wings a little bit. When I left the streets, maybe a little bit more than starting. He was already, doing
he was starting to make head waves even when I was out there. You know what I mean?
I mean, I took him with me on his I guess first ordered assault.
Yeah.
I took Bobby wanted me to go beat this guy up that owed him money in Greenpoint, some zip. And,
was he wearing this Pino Silvestri?
Yeah. And so I at the time my friend Jerry Bruno was around and Bobby really liked him. So I said, I'll take Jerry with me. He said, okay. And we took Vito with us. And we beat up the guy. And what's funny is the guy, he was a zip. And as we're beating him up, he's going, what happened? So what happened?
What happened?
Yeah, if you
there was a guy next to a barber. His nickname was Hotel, right? And he looked like one of those Mexicans that play one of those bands. He had the mullet.
Yeah, I remember Hotel. Yeah.
Yeah, he was Sicilian. He had a mullet, he had a belly, and he cut hair, so he thought he was a little slick. And he disrespected Bobby's Uma one time. So they did it well. They went over there when he was they fucking beat his ass for about a good 5 minutes, 6 minutes. He came running over. What I do? What I do? You know,
Yeah. You
open
know,
your fucking mouth. That's what you did. You disrespected the guy's fucking girlfriend, you stupid piece of shit.
I remember one time that guy Silvestri was his name.
Yeah.
Had did something. You know, Bobby had a short temper. You know, and he was a mild mannered guy. You know, quiet, but when he fucking, you know, his fucking switch was hit, he became fucking, you know, mean. And he was throwing out Sylvester, whatever, arguing with. He looked like he was about to hit him, but anyway, I went outside and I started beating Sylvester up for him.
Sylvester, I remember.
Yeah, you know who it is.
Yeah.
And the thing is that, you know, I was friendly with the guy, and he was looking at me like, "What are you doing?" You know, like, but in that life, you have to fucking, regardless, you know, the guy that you're around, who you're with, regardless if you know the guy, you're friends with him or not, you have to, you know, you have to help the guy you're with.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you know,
your loyalties to him.
You walked in and he was beating when he was fucking up Joe Ferragamo over there.
Yeah.
And then you just started beating on him too.
Well, that's the way it was. I mean, if you've seen one of your guys, especially, you know, the older guys that you're
100%. You got to go in there.
You soon as there's I remember we got into a fight in the fucking what's the place on Yellowstone? Backdrafts. Yeah. So we were all hanging out and some words happened between my friend and the guy and me and the guy, and we cracked and we started fighting, and fucking Bobby was there having a drink and he jumped into the fucking brawl.
Yeah. I told you about the time I was wrestling a guy outside of Naked City, and him and Ralph were coming towards the other side of Manhattan, and I wrestled the gun out off this guy. We ended up giving them a beating. I say it all the time. I'm lucky I didn't get shot, because somebody's not wrestling. If we're outnumbered, I'm using that gun. You know, that's what the times were like back then.
And the only reason why I make a big deal about him getting involved is because he was a lot older than us. You know, he was considered an older guy already. You know,
he looked a lot older than he was. He had a couple of heart attacks at a young age.
Yeah, he wasn't healthy. Yeah.
No, but he was a nice guy.
Hey, Howie, Danny F says, I've heard JoJo wanted to make you.
Yeah.
Did he ever attempt to do so, or he just talked about it?
No, he never attempted to make me. I can't get made. I'm Puerto Rican.
Right. That's the question.
Did he tell me he wished he could straighten me out? Yeah, we had that conversation. Did I hear from two different people that he, you know, joking around said maybe we should change his birth certificate? Yeah, that's true. But, you know, joking around, obviously, you know, you can't do that.
He entertained it, you know.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I don't know if he really entertained it. He said it. I don't know if he entertained it. Because, you know, it was already established that I was Puerto Rican. So, you know, if he's not around to fucking vouch for me anymore, you know, later on down the road, that could have become a problem for me.
Yeah, for sure. I see that with a lot of gangsters' kids. They started making their kids because they figure when they weren't around, which is a mistake. If your kid don't got
No, Frank. Whoa. Frank, what I'm saying is, if somebody brought up the beef that I wasn't really Italian, you know what I'm saying? So
you get back for that one.
Right. You know, you got him. If he's vouching for me saying, yeah, I saw his birth certificate, and then someone down the road who don't like me puts in a beef that it's not true and he ain't around to fucking speak up.
Yep.
You know, it could be a problem for me.
Yeah, that's a capital offense in that life. You know that.
Yeah.
And we talk about fucking Salvatore all the time. I mean, what the fuck? He got away with murder. Holy, imagine that shit would have came up.
Yeah, I mean that was that's what with that life is. They only use the rules when it benefited them.
He would have threw him to the walls and whacked him himself. Oh, I didn't know that. Joe.
Yeah, you know what would have happened in that situation if they would have found out about Salvatore? Joe Messina would have been like, "What? You never told me that," and would have fucking.
He would have been like,
he would have made believe he didn't know that.
Typical Joe Messina style.
Yeah.
Hey, Bo, when were you gonna tell me this? What do you think? It's a joke? And he's like,
yeah. Well, that's what they all did, man. When they like they would lose their memories real quick when it benefited them.
Yeah. Nobody commits. That they teach you that too. Never commit.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I never once, whenever I got into a problem in the street, I never once went to JoJo for help. The only times I ever had sit downs was because the other party came for help. You understand? Like we were taught, do what you got to do. The only thing that's going to happen if like if I go and I say, "Hey Joe, I have a problem with so and so," in the back of his mind, he's probably thinking, "Well, why don't you just break his hole?" Like, what are you coming to me for? Obviously, you coming to me because you don't want to break the guy's hole. You just want me to squash it. Yeah. So that's why I would never do something like that. Mm-hmm. And we were always taught, if you catch the shit under the stick, you don't fucking you hide out until you get even, because the only thing that's going to happen at the sit down is going to get squashed, and then you're stuck with the shit under the stick.
Yeah.
So even like the kid that I shot that beat me up with a baseball bat, his father reached out. I didn't fucking ask anyone to squash anything for me, and right. It was just to prevent, I guess
from you finishing the job.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Of course. I mean, it's no secret you shot him. He got lucky. He was wearing a medallion right here.
Yeah, Frank, I wanted to talk to you about that. I mean, I shot this kid with a 38. I mean, do you really think a medallion would have stopped the 38 bullet?
I don't know.
I don't know. Like, I mean, do you?
I didn't make this story. They did.
Well, where was it? Was he wearing it around his neck or something?
Yeah, but he had those gaudy fucking chains too.
Yeah, like a fucking Flavor Flav piece on his neck or some shit.
The story I heard was the bullet entered his chest and came out under his armpit. Now, as far as the story with the bullet getting stuck into the medallion and saving his life, I can't even say it's not true because I really don't know.
No, he had the medallion. Like, I didn't see it. You know me, I don't bullshit. I didn't see it, but I know people who said they seen it.
Yeah, I know, but what I like, if it saved him, maybe it changed the direction of the bullet. I just can't picture a fucking gold medallion. A gold medallion stopping a 38, a 38 bullet from like 3 feet away.
No, I get it. That's going in even with the medallion.
Yeah, I had to lean. The door was open, so I was standing in front of the door. I had to lean over a little bit. That's why I couldn't shoot him in the head, because I wasn't at that angle. I was just like by the windshield and the door open, so you only have that little space to like put your arm in, and I told him before I shot him, I said, "Remember
really good,
me?" Right? And then I
try
shot
the bagels in the microwave. They're really good.
So so I don't know. I mean, I just find that hard to believe that from 3 feet away, a 38 would be stopped by a gold medallion.
Yeah. No, I get you. I mean, and then again, I wasn't there. You were there.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I know what you're saying though. That even with a 38 and a medallion, that thing is going in. It could change direction, like you said, but it's definitely going in his body.
Right. That's what, and Whether it's true or not, I really don't know because I didn't fucking watch the bullet fucking come out of him or go in. You know, I fired the shot, but he flew out of the car. So, you know, he was already in the process of opening the door. So when he got hit with the bullet, he fell out of the car. So when I went around the car, he was able to get up and run around the car. And the funny part of the story is on the other side of Woodhaven Boulevard, there was a cop car that just happened to be passing by. So when I saw the cop car, I gave the gun to my friend. I said, you know, take this.
Really
And
good.
I got in my car and I slept by my friend Vinny Marino's house that night because I didn't know if he lived or
Was that,
died.
yeah.
And they said he lived, and you know that was it. I was on the lam for one night.
Thank you, Dr. Vinny, for the donate. Thank you, my man.
Jenny F wants to know if you thought about, and I'm going to ask you something too. If you thought about starting your own show.
You know, I don't know. I just don't know if I have the, you know, the patience to do a show, and you know, it's nice. I like coming on shows because I come on when I'm free. You know, like, but to have like a set time, and I don't know. I mean, I've thought about it at times, and then have thought against it. You know, I mean, I was gonna do a show with Common Sense, but you know, I told him, I says, you know what, you're better off doing it yourself. You know, I just you know, it is what it is. You know, like I just feel like you know, I don't know. I just don't know if I'm you know, if I'm gonna go
You
into
bring
it.
a lot, bro. I mean, you bring a lot to the table.
Yeah.
And I mean, a book. I'm surprised you didn't try to put a book out there. Your story. I mean,
I've thought about
bullshit, you know.
I've thought about writing a book, but you know, I've just only thought about it. I mean, if I ever do, you know, decide to write a book, then maybe I'll make my rounds. You know, you know, I mean, I could have had an opportunity to go on Vlad, but I turned it down.
Yeah, you
Really?
turned it down, and
Why is that?
that's the truth.
I don't know. I just didn't, for what? Just to fucking show people that I was a gangster.
I get it.
I'm
yeah.
not putting down anyone who's gone on there, but they've all gone on there to try to monetize the interview. Now, if I'm not doing the show, what do I need to go on there for? You know, like if I'm doing a show and I want to promote the show, or if I'm doing a book and I want to promote the book, then I'll go on to promote it. But just to tell my story and that be the end of it, you know, I see no purpose for it, you know.
Not respectable. That's fine. Yeah. I mean, and you know, as we've seen, some people that have went on Vlad basically fucked up their own careers after that, and actually didn't do them any favors at all. So I guess it really depends what you want out of it, like you said, basically.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, you know, like Anthony Aralata, he's right. making money by doing these shows, you know.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Dom Sicali, you know, he went on the show, but he's got his own show, so it's beneficial to them.
Right.
You know, like it helps them with exposure to put themselves, you know, out there and make people interested in watching their show. You know, but until I get to that point, you know, then you know, what do I need to do it for? You know?
Get it. Yeah. Frank mentioned maybe one day you coming on for an episode, maybe on the Uvas or something like that. I think that would be pretty interesting if you'd ever be.
You know, I would love you to have your own 52 topics.
Well, of course. I mean that would be great, but
that'd be great with Howie Santos. Like eventually my content's gonna be dry when I'm done, and then we're willing to take on another guy and where he can make money. You know what I mean? And like
I like just coming on and just fucking winging it and just hanging out with the fellas and talking about shit.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. But we'd love to have you on for like a pre-record, you know, with a specific topic. We could do like a 45-minute episode if you'd ever be up for that, maybe.
I'll think about it, you know. I mean, you can always get me up here for free.
Yeah.
You know, that was my mistake, though, Howie. In the beginning, I was going on every show, but I was doing it because I wanted to be picked up by the television people, and I eventually did. It worked for me, but then I ended up doing too many. You know what I mean? And one time, it got so bad that the guy that I used to always do shows with was side talking
Stop
to me,
it.
you know, on the side. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, look at this shit. Not only did I come on your show for free a couple of times, you also want to fucking put, getting like, you have to critique the show I'm doing now. You know, I thought that was shitty.
Hey, you know what?
You
Getting
know
back
why?
to that guy, but yeah, right. But getting back to the guy who had asked the question, and I said, you know, saying something on in the chat and in person is two different things. What I want to say to that guy is, yeah, I mean, listen, we were all bad guys. So if you don't like fucking Alite, you know, that's perfectly okay. I mean, there's probably a ton of people out there that hate him. I mean, he did nothing but extort, you know, beat, rob people. That's what fucking gangsters do when they're younger. You know, we're not most of the people that like us growing up are only because they're scared of us. You know,
Yeah.
not because they love us. So, you know, not everyone is gonna like everyone, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that don't like John for the things that he's done.
Mhm.
But you know, I just basically wanted, you know, and I wanted to get into a little bit of, you know, the show that you did as far as like how the Gottis misbehave and back in the day. Well, we could do that another time.
Sure.
But
But
yeah, I just
yeah, who's to better know that you lived in those neighborhoods? You know what was going on.
oh yeah, I can tell. Yeah, I
You
mean,
know, and we could also tell you that John A. like there were two peas in a pot. It wasn't like, you know,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
it wasn't like it's just that John became a better person in life. A life.
no, he listened to me. I speak to him. He's definitely a changed guy.
Oh, absolutely,
Um,
absolutely. I spoke
does
him.
he?
I got news though. You're gonna love this, Howie. Ready?
Oh, this is good.
Howie, you're
Yeah.
gonna love this. You want to hear John A. Light news?
What?
It's gonna be like Raiders of the Lost Ark if
Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen.
that woman's sisters listen, if that guy's sister's listening right now, she's gonna be like, remember Raiders of the Lost Ark when they open the ark and people's fucking faces disintegrate? Well,
Yeah.
the United States has a councilman, a new councilman somewhere in the United States, and his name is John A. Light. In this little town, he was voted councilman last night.
You serious?
I swear to God.
Yeah, well, that's because he's fighting the fucking drug epidemic. So that's probably why he wants to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, he won. He won. So
What county?
I don't
What
know.
county?
He says in the small town he lives in.
Well, listen, he ain't any fucking worse than them politicians. That's
Right.
for sure.
Right.
Oh fuck, Raymond Barry. Fucking what was his name? The Mayor Barry from DC was smoking
Oh yeah,
crack.
the crackhead. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the only difference between John and those fucking politicians is they don't put a gun in their hand and kill someone.
Oh, they're the worst in fucking politics. I can't stand them.
Vinny Boombots, $50. Thank you, my friend. Thank you so much. This is a comment from him. He says he wonders how many guys would have cooperated, more guys in the past if they knew that YouTube was around and they had a chance to make money off their lives. I don't know.
I don't think that would have influenced anyone.
Yeah.
I just don't think it would have influenced anyone to make the decision to cooperate. Yeah, I mean, you know, like in other words, I don't think anyone's gonna say like, yeah, you know what, I can cooperate and do YouTube. Nah.
Yeah, and they usually disappear for a while anyway, right? It's not like somebody cooperates and then fucking 6 months later.
You know, like a lot of times, you know, it's not. You don't disappear because you're necessarily afraid. It's the smart thing to do, and plus, if you want to get a new name, a new social, and start with a clean slate to be able to get a legitimate job, you have to go into the program to get that.
Yeah,
you don't have to stay in there forever, and you know, the whole thing is just, you know, not. If you really want to stay invisible, you're in another state and you just don't talk to anybody that you used to know. I mean, you know,
Like I
no,
have a Muslim name, Muhammad Ali Habibi.
you know, I'm not in the program. I'm not in hiding.
No,
I'm not, you know, but I'm not going to go out there and say, hey, I live at such and such address. You got a problem? Come see me. I mean,
right.
that's so stupid, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is. It actually is, because the problem is the person you're calling out might not come see you, but the guy who wants to kiss his ass might.
Yeah, yeah.
You
That's a good
understand what
way
I'm
of putting
saying?
it. Yeah, yeah.
$5
Um,
from Broke Woke Jokes. I didn't see what you wrote in that comment that I had on the screen. I would appreciate it if you didn't write stuff like that. But thanks for the $5. Broke Woke Joke, $5.
I'm actually I'm not worried about it at all. I mean, I grew up all my life worried about somebody sneaking up on me.
Yeah, you're fine.
You know what I'm saying? Like it happens, it happens. It's
Yeah, me
gonna
too. Coward dies 1,000 deaths. Remember that, and we all gonna die. So everybody who's touching ground today is gonna die one day. Some quicker than others. If it
and
happens,
no, and please, besides that, it's gonna happen so fast, and you're not even gonna have time to fucking to think about it. You know, whatever way it may happen. You know, it's not like so I don't think about it happening because, like I said, you know, shit in the street was, you know, you could have got fucking killed in the street as well. Like you weren't, you know, you just take your
yeah,
precautions, make sure nobody's following you, you know, look for strange cars parked outside,
yeah,
and that's it. If you're gonna worry about, I'm definitely not worried about fucking 90% of these guys who talk shit to me through the internet. You know, I mean, unless they're gonna fucking shoot me from a distance or whatever. But you know, I'm not worried about them.
and that was job description back in the day. That could have happened. I remember a relative of mine used to say every time I fuck up, he would, "You ain't fucking happy until you fill up a fucking garbage can." I was like, "You motherfucker," jinxing me. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, it could happen.
Yeah, if you want to get a legitimate job and you want to get you want to relocate and you know and obviously you know not and all the expenses are going to be paid by the and it's not the feds that put you into the
Mhm.
program. Once you go into the program, you deal with the U.S. Marshals, okay, and they're just basically relocating you. Making sure you don't have any associations with anyone from your past,
Yeah.
giving you a new identification, a new social security number, so you can go and apply for a job and pass a background check and get a legitimate job for yourself. You know.
Yeah.
Other than that, you know, yeah, they always have their ears to the floor. Like if there's an article that comes out about you, they'll call you and let you know, hey, there was an article. Um, you know, they if there's something going on, they'll let you know. But other than
Right
that,
away,
it's not like they're sitting outside your fucking house 24/7.
right away. What's up, Matt? What's up, my man?
Thank you, Matt. I don't know if I understand your question, Omar, but I'll try to read it how you wrote it, I guess. He says, like Joe Watts, did either of you propose someone or tell a higher rank about someone who eventually got made? What do you mean, Omar? Like they vouched for someone who they thought I don't know, I don't understand the question.
Well, I know when Tony Muscatello was being considered to be straightened out, or if it was in the process. I don't know how far deep it was in the process. Jojo asked me, "What do you think of Tony Muscatello?"
Okay, interesting. Yeah.
And at the time, he was my friend, so obviously I didn't say anything bad about him. But I wish he would ask me again.
I told you the time Joe Messina asked me about Anthony Aiello, who was on the street at the time.
Yeah.
I thought he fucked up. He goes, I'm like, what we fucking
Well,
man?
listen.
He didn't
You
tell me he was
know,
gonna make him. He told me, he goes, hey, he goes, well, what do you know about this Anthony Aiello? A friend of mine out there, he's a friend of, what do you know about him? I said, what the fuck did he do now? I said, he's a good kid. I never, like anybody else, gets in trouble now and then, but he's a good kid. So
I mean, you know, like, and if you say something about someone, like if you give them a reason, you know, why they shouldn't straighten them out, you need to have proof of that.
and they start
You
looking
know,
at you then.
right? Like, you know, if you want to call a guy a junkie, well, did you actually watch him sniff the coke? You know, like
Yeah.
you can't just, whatever. Like, but Tony Muscatello, he got, he started out working with me. That's how he got into all of this, and he was my, when I had my office for sports betting office, he worked for me, and he learned everything through working with me, like the sports business, the Shylock business. Like there's a quick story about what your show was about yesterday. Peter Gotti was notorious for calling into bookmakers and not paying them. Peter, this John Jr.'s brother.
Yeah,
And
we made a mistake the other day. The Pete I was talking about is not the one Howie's talking about right now on the recorded one. That was Peter's son, Peter. But I'm sorry, Howie. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're talking about when he slept with fucking Louis Rogerio's fiance.
Yeah, fucking creepy ass
Yeah.
kid.
And remind me, I got to tell you something about when you do shows, just to give you a little advice. Let me finish the story.
Sure.
So, Tony Muscatello and Carmine Cascone worked for me. We did pretty good. We had at one point like 80 customers. That was pretty good at the time. And I told him, I said, don't take no action from Peter Gotti, because Peter Gotti was, he was bullying all these kids around in that generation. The kids who hung out by the bowling alley, they all thought he was God and whatnot. And so these kids were working for me now, and they did let him put in action with us, and he wound up losing $5,000. And I told him, I said, well, I told you guys not to fucking take his action. It's going to come out of your money. Like you guys are going to be responsible for it. And they understood. But then I guess maybe they were asking Peter for the money, and he got annoyed, and he made up some story that they were talking to his girlfriend one night in a bar, and Peter broke Tony Muscatello's jaw and stabbed Carmine Cascone. And physically, I think both of those, I was Carmine Cascone for sure. Physically, would have beat the fuck out of Peter Gotti.
In a minute, one of the smartest kids I ever met.
Carmine Cascone was also the kid who had fucking like more than one fight with Paulie Ragusa. You remember that, right?
They always used to fight,
right? Yeah. So he did that, knowing that they can't do anything about it. And when I found out what happened, I told him, I said, well, listen, we can just put on fucking ski masks and just baseball bat this motherfucker. Nobody will know anything about it.
Right.
And they didn't want to do it. So, wasn't my responsibility to do it. Yeah. They were, working for me, but, it was their fault, that it happened. And, I wasn't going to risk my life for them. They didn't want to, for something they didn't want to be involved in. And, it just did. If they didn't want to do it, I wasn't going to do it,
just fucking sleazy shit. They were doing that a lot. They had a question. Dr. Vinny Van Bots has a question for you, Howie.
Go ahead.
He said, forgive me, but I can't help myself. Does Howie know why Richie did Bobby Lupo?
Again.
I actually don't even know. I don't even remember that show. I know I saw it when it came out.
The funniest movie ever, but funny at the same time.
Carmine S. $4.99. Frank or Howie, did you guys know Michael Palmacio, a Banana member from Howard Beach?
Yeah, I know Michael Palmacio.
I do not. The people said, somebody said you had to know him. No.
Well, he was from like Howard Beach, Ozone Park. I don't, and he was like kind of like after, like I don't know exactly when he got straightened out, but maybe Frankie might have been gone already, or maybe it was a couple years before. I don't know.
Well, in the 90s, Vinny had a club with Ronnie, and it was we used to go there now and then. I used to play Continental, and Ronnie had a group of friends that used to hang out with them. I might have seen. I don't remember him. I'm not.
You,
I'm
yeah, I mean, yeah, you know how many guys that I've met throughout my
Yeah.
life that I just don't remember them, because you go out, you go to an occasion, you get introduced to somebody that might be the only one time you've ever seen the guy,
Yeah, no,
uh,
for sure. For
Nightmare,
sure,
and
what's
it's
going on,
happened to
buddy?
me. It's happened to me.
yeah,
100%.
a big difference between like knowing the guy and hanging out with the guy.
Oh yeah, or seeing him. What the fuck? I seen him. I was around. Did you talk to him? No, don't count.
Yeah, I knew Mike Palmacio. He hung out in Glen Patrick's on Cross Bay Boulevard. I played poker with him at they had a spot on the 95th Avenue, something like that. A poker spot where the Kesslers had a poker game. Yeah, I knew him on a personal basis. Yeah.
Shout out to Mo. Mo says, "Hey, what happened to Smoke? Did he get eaten by a shark?" He's probably going through his cure period right now. He's listening to the Cure in his room.
He said he's done. He says there's no support.
Really?
Yeah, that's what.
Wow. I'm kind of like, really? Oh wow.
I've
Very
been meaning to give him a call, but I basically got my answers from someone else. But yeah, I'll give
Where
him
we
a
gonna
call.
go?
Matt, my man. Oh wait, Nightmare 1503, $1.99.
I'll give him
He
a
says,
call.
why is doing drugs a bad thing? Hugo Frank Loco.
Oh,
Well, it's getting caught doing the drugs is a bad thing.
they all do drugs.
They all do drugs.
Matt, $50. Thank you, Matt. He says Howie's making work interesting for me. Uh-oh, time to kick up, Frank.
All right,
Wow.
Matt. Thanks for the support.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Thank you, man. You're the
the best
man.
out there. One of the best.
Matt's
To me,
working.
he's the best. I'm not biased, though. I'm not biased at all. I think Howie brings a lot to the table.
Thank you so much, Matt. You're the man. John Sidlitsky says, wait a second. Does Frank know Tony Muscatello?
No.
Nah,
I
I
know
don't think so.
Carmine. Me and Carmine went to Christ the King together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he played
Yeah.
football. He was a seat in front of me. We were both freshmen, I remember. And some fucking nerdy kid from the other side of the room goes, "Hey, I want you after a freshman Friday," pointed at me. I said, "What, you want me? Let's do it now." So I got up and fucking started charging the guy and hitting his fucking head on the blackboard. And ever since then, Carmine that was great. And we became good friends. It's before the nut came into the fucking room. Everybody's like, go ahead, stop, she's coming,
I never had a conversation with Mikey Scars, but I did see him at funerals and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of guys like that. Everybody goes, I've seen him once or twice, maybe 3 times. And I'm talking about like the old times. They asked me about Giorgio actually knew. We talked. He always asked me, "How's your uncle?" Say hi to your uncle for me. Every time I used to see him in those situations, or in a club, or in a bar, or not club, a cafe. Never seen him in a nightclub. But there was a lot of guys like that. A lot that you would see like if you lived in fucking Staten Island, I lived in Queens. I mean, how many times can I possibly see you if I'm not around you or around the crew?
Hey, Howie, I got a question. This comes from me.
Go ahead.
And I asked John Ailey the same thing because this is a character that I'm interested in a lot. So Charles Carneglia, I guess one question is any stories from you personally? And the second part to that question is, and I know a lot of people testified to this, like Kevin McMahon, Bud Zaccaro. Do you believe that he, in fact, kept items from his victims in his little barn on Fountain Avenue in the junkyard, and also the dissolving the bodies in the acid? Do you believe that? And do you believe one of those victims that was dissolved in a steel drum of acid or some type of dissolving agent was John Favara, Gotti's neighbor?
I believe everything, and but I obviously I don't know for a fact if John Favara was dissolved in a drum, but he definitely disappeared. So that was like their MO.
Right.
So I would imagine that was the fate he met, especially with all the all fingers are going to be pointed at the Gotti family after he disappears. So You want to
Right.
make sure they don't find that guy, you know?
Yeah.
That makes
And any personal stories with that character?
I met him way back when JoJo used to go down to Bergen. There was a little like a little diner across the street, and we used to go there and eat breakfast. And you know, that's how I met most of those guys: Tommy Sneakers, Jackie Cavallo, Charles Caniglia. But you know, I never had a drink with them or anything. I just
Okay.
you know, hello, goodbye. You know, you heard stories about them, basically all the stories that you've heard. Um, yeah, that was to the extent of it. You know, these guys are a lot older than me. It's not like they're gonna
Yeah, no, of
call
course.
me up and say, "Hey, come on, let's go out for a drink." You know,
Right. Yeah. He's pushing 80, I think, at least.
I actually I was good friends with Peter Gotti, John Senior's brother, but I actually never met Senior. But eventually,
Interesting.
I you know, yeah, when Peter became boss, you know, I've actually broke bread with him, so I can say I know him, you know, and you know, I've relayed messages to him throughout, you know, from time to time for Joe. But yeah, I like Peter. I you
Me
know,
too. Me too. I liked him a lot. I met him. I met him. He was a really nice guy. Funny guy. He kind of
yeah,
reminded me a lot of Rodney Dangerfield. Hey,
yeah.
Fish. What's up, Fish?
Vinny
And
Boombots, thank you so
Yeah.
much, buddy. Vinny Boombots again. He
I
says he. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'll read it.
go ahead, Vinny Boombox. What?
He says, $50, Vinny Boombots. You're the man. The answer. He says, the answer is Bobby Lupo was doing Richie's wife. He leaves a Polaroid on his chest on the street, so his wife sees it when she runs out to him laid on the sidewalk. There you go.
Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't cut off his prick and put it in his mouth.
yeah, Richie was fucked up.
Yeah, he deserved it.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, do you know which team is like the Genovese?
The what?
The Genovese, which
Yeah.
basketball team is like the
Hey, listen, we
Genovese?
got a lot of shit from this. Somebody is actually
NBA?
mad as if
We're picking on him. We're not picking on him. He's fucking
The
funny.
Genovese are
Who?
the you know, the New York Knicks of you know, that's Madison Square Garden. That's where the big dogs play. They're
Am I waiting for something to come
you know,
up?
the Philadelphia
Yeah,
Eagles,
listen.
the Super Bowl champions. They're the Lakers. They're the marquee.
I didn't hear anything.
The top name on
Oh,
the
that's
marquee,
fucking. I'll tell you what. That's Berman. Berman. Scott.
Bernstein.
Yeah.
Oh, Bernstein.
They're
Bernstein.
talking
I
about
had
like
them.
And then we got who else do we got?
What's
We're
up?
trying to
If
have
I
fun.
had them money, legitimate money, I would be on the Mediterranean right now, sitting back, having someone put grapes in my mouth, and we know who that would be.
I don't know who that would be, but okay. Anyway,
I is your chat hearing that? Because I didn't hear a
yeah,
fucking thing.
yeah.
How come
Did you
I'm
guys
not
hear
hearing
that?
I didn't hear anything.
Oh wow.
yeah, I don't know. That's weird.
Oh, Joe Cool wants you want a rock and roll story. Fucking Pete comes out of the fucking diner throwing out some freaking 50s terminology. You know, we were about 15. He goes, there was a little scuffle ready to happen. He comes out of the diner and goes, hey, what the fuck is going on? You guys want to rock and roll? Like,
Hey, I saw when I was in the holding pens in MDC, Peter Gotti must have been coming back from court, and he got me with like the oldest trick in the book. He goes, "Hey, did you hear?" I said, "What?" He says, "They're gonna let us all out." I says, "Get out of here." He goes, "Yeah, when our time's up."
what the fuck?
hey, I fell for that shit. Oh fuck
That's
yeah,
fucking
I fell
funny.
for that. We were all in fucking the courts by MDC. From
Yeah.
MDC to the courts, like 20 of us in there, all banana guys. And TG comes back, does the same exact thing.
Fuck.
Right.
Speaking of it, you were talking about Hoodie before. That reminds me of something funny he actually did say once when I was listening. He said something like, I don't know, I guess he was locked up, what was going on when all those guys got locked up. And he says a guy would come up to him, listen, I only got 84 months, you know, not that he's like, yo, that's fucking 9 years. Well, oh, is it really? Like he was telling fucking stories like they don't fucking correlate it, I guess. Easty Kid says, do you miss the life, Howie?
Yeah, I miss all the good things. I miss all the attention that you used to get. Um, yeah, I mean, yeah, I miss it to a certain extent. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Like that's part of it. I even forgot what that even feels like though. The attention. Um just going to hang out in a place with a bunch of your friends, just shooting the shit and fucking around and having a good time. Like we're gonna like going to Bobby's place back in the day. That fucking place, let me tell you, man, it had more misfits than any coffee shop fucking I ever been to.
Yeah, well, Bobby liked having the guys that everybody picked on in his
Oh
cafe.
yeah.
He was like their protector, and he got amusement out of it.
Yeah, the best story is there was this guy that fucking Vito and the other kid Shakes used to bust his balls all the time. It's called fucking an old guy Nino, and he used to come there just for the food to eat. So Bobby was sleeping on a couch. I guess he was tired, and these fucking two kids, they were relentless. When they wanted to fuck him with somebody, they fuck with somebody. So this guy walked with a cane, and they were fucking around with this old guy all day. He was a real fucking he just comes there and sees Vito and fucking and he hits the kid Shakes right in the head with the cane. And he goes, ah! He wakes up. Oh fucking man, get the fuck out of here! Oh, he is, he barred the old guy for a while.
Jeez.
And real quick, getting back to Alite, just to all the people out there, don't believe everything you hear, especially when it comes from that other camp. I've people have also said a bunch of fucking nasty things about me, and that were totally not true. And it happens when you become a rat. Your enemies are gonna fucking say the worst things about you.
Yeah.
And that's just the way it is.
I have an anthem. I tell everybody I was on drugs prior to getting arrested. I probably smoked weed about 4 times in my life. Not for nothing though. I'll be honest with you. Fucking drinking, I'm a champ. Still am.
Hey, listen, it's your fucking life. You do what the fuck you want to do. Who gives a fuck about these fucking want to be fucking saints? All because they're fucking clean and sober. They want to fucking knock somebody because he likes to go out drinking, watch football, do whatever the fuck he wants. It's your life. Do the fuck what you want.
Right.
Exactly.
All of a sudden, because somebody doesn't drink, everybody that drinks is a lowlife or something.
I seen that a lot within the Sicilians. They were the most critical out of the sloppy, and they always were critical about shit like that.
I'm talking about these YouTube people.
Oh, fuck that.
As far as like back in the life, yeah. I mean, you had to behave yourself. You couldn't go out and act like a fucking asshole. Yeah, no. You can drink every night, just as long as you didn't fucking let it, become belligerent drunk and start doing things that draw negative attention to yourself and who you're around.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, listen, I think, like I said when I opened up this show, I think I mean, there's still a couple of freaky corners of this little genre going on, but I think the tide's turning a little bit. I think there's some troll fatigue going on, and I think things are going to change within this little corner of YouTube, whether people give a fuck or not. Yeah. I think things are changing, and they're going to change.
And another thing people need to understand, nobody in that life was a nice guy. Everyone did horrible things at one time or another. Okay, we're not fucking choir boys, we did bad things. We were bad people, whether or not you think we're trying to change our life to a certain extent, like we could say whatever we want, whatever comes out of our mouth comes out of our mouths, as long as we're not robbing, stealing, hurting people, shooting people anymore, then yeah, we changed our life. Doesn't mean we have to fucking behave a certain way because you YouTube people think we should,
Or you want us to, you know.
or you want us to.
I agree 100%. Definitely. I mean, at the end of the day, we still have a little bit of in us that take us back, and that's not because of the mob. That's because of us. The same things that made us hang out with these people, the same things that we got to control and curb, but we still have a couple of those urges sometimes.
Just to answer this guy's question, I was back in New York, not just Ozone Park, 2017.
Okay. There you go, David. Vinny Boombots again, $20. Thank you, Vinny. He has a special request. Wheel of. I'm sorry, Vinny. I don't have Wheel of Sammy. I have a couple of other Sammys. I have Sammy dancing. I have Sammy fighting with Michael Francis, and I have Sammy licking a Starbucks cup. I think that's Howie's favorite. I don't know. If you want one of those, Vinny, I could definitely take care of that for you. Let me know.
And you have like these people like like they try to describe people as weak people because they go out and have a drink and and whatnot. Yeah, I listen, if you're concerned about sobriety and you had a problem at one time, worry about yourself. If nobody comes to you for any help, just keep your comments to yourself. Don't call somebody else a fucking alcoholic because he still goes out for a drink, and you might not be. Listen, if you can't go out and have a drink with your wife, your girlfriend, or whatever, go out to dinner, have a drink, spend some time with the fellas, watch a football game, without spiraling out of control and fucking going on the fucking cocaine binge and whatnot. Yeah, then don't drink. But don't fucking badmouth somebody. Don't
that shit.
Don't call somebody that does drink weak. I mean, the way I see it is you're the weak guy. You can't have a drink without spiraling out of control.
Yeah. Well put. Like always, Howie. Well put. I agree totally.
Sean Sedlitsky, Howie, any Ronnie one-arm stories? See you later, Common Sense. Thanks for stopping by.
Take it easy, buddy. Take it easy.
Common Sense. I'll talk to you later on. Sorry, buddy.
Ronnie one-arm stories from John Sedlitsky.
Yeah, I remember one time I'm Gene Borello's cousin, Johnny Boy, the one who got killed, he did something and he was sent for, and he was supposed to come to the club when me and Ronnie were partners, and the plan was to beat him from within an inch of his life. So it's a good thing he didn't show up that day. He went to Charles, and he didn't come. He didn't have to come. Yeah, that's a story, a quick one.
I don't remember him. You know that?
Yeah, I watched him grow up. I even took him on a couple of scores with me. He always kept asking me, "Come on, take me on a score. Take me on a score." I took him on a home invasion and a burglary, I think.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Rock Solid, my man. Rock Solid says no one has the right to judge Howie or Frank. Most of these keyboard warriors that throw the word rat around wouldn't make it past the interrogation room before they would start to sing.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I called everybody a rat too when I was out on the street.
I hated rats.
So did I. Every case I caught was because of a rat.
Yeah.
You know the problem is? I'll tell you what the problem is. There's a lot of guys. You know why these guys that cooperate, a lot of them don't like them? Because when they look in the mirror after a while and they don't come to terms with what they did or whatever, what they start doing is blaming other people for what they did, like people in that life. And that's what makes people say, bro, you gotta accept accountability, what you did and what you can't just be like they're going after their best friends. Oh yeah, he was an asshole. Oh, he tried to kill me. Oh, he fucked my girlfriend. Oh, he was taking money from me. No. That's that was the life. If you don't understand that what do we say? Job description of Howie?
Yeah, I'm talking about Gene's cousin.
Sorry about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, he
Guys,
was a crazy kid.
I apologize, but Vinny Boombutts gave the donation, so I have to play his requested video. Frank, he said he's picking this one only because you said you don't want to see it. So here it is.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
And I see one question up there.
Sure.
Did I know Robert Engel? Yeah, I knew Robert Engel.
Says he was around, guys. He goes by Robert Borelli. Yeah, that's the guy that wrote that book, Corruption.
Yeah, that guy was a FEAT guy back in the day. He was Nicky Carrazzo's protege. He ticked all the boxes. He was he had the look. Considered like, one of the fucking, tough guys in the neighborhood, had a fucking a really good reputation in fucking street life terms, but he got fucking caught up. He started smoking crack and it destroyed his life. I mean, the guy went to being one of the most respected guys in the neighborhood to standing on a street corner with no shoes on looking for change.
That's bad.
At one point, yeah.
That's wild.
And this was like, maybe one of the guys the young kids used to idolize at one time. But that's why them fucking crack, opiates, drugs like that, stay the fuck away from them.
Yeah, those are rock bottom drugs.
Yeah, though they grab a hold of you, they're rock bottom drugs, like you just said, Frank. Yeah, they'll take everything from you.
For sure. I've seen people just go downhill real quick. The kid who used to, well, not to mention it by name, kid who used to rip telephone books, he fell down that lane too.
Yeah, I don't know if he went that rock bottom, but
he always looked big. I mean, he was a big kid. Even when he looked, when he was doing drugs, he looked like he was working out.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he had his problems, but
yeah,
he didn't. He wasn't like living in crack houses like.
Yeah.
I mean, Robert really fucking, that drug took control of him.
Mr. Baseball, I know who he is. I think I know who he is, but he's giving me clues all the time.
You know how he survived it, but hey, man, I can't believe that he obviously got locked up. He got forced to get clean. He cooperated, and he's done good things, in his life. And he beat it, but he had to hit that rock bottom to beat it. Interesting. Before I forget, one of the critiques I want to give Frankie to the show yesterday is, I know a lot of times I know who you're talking about because I know you and I know the people you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But like when you said that guy from Philly, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm being sarcastic. Everybody knows who that guy is.
Yeah, but like, why not say his name?
Joe Molino. I mean, it's no big deal.
No. I'm just saying, like, sometimes you talk about people and you don't say their name.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? That's all. That's my only critique. Like, if I didn't know who you were talking about, I wouldn't know who the fuck you're talking about.
Right. No, and my position on it, Howie, is if because I've asked Frank before, like, if we do like a pre-show, it's like, are you going to say the name? And he'll be like, I don't know, maybe not. So now I'm like, if Frank don't say the name, I guess it's because he doesn't want to say the name. But maybe you're right, Howie. Maybe Frank's got it.
No, I understand. Frank doesn't want.
I don't take it as
I'm not saying
it's advice.
If you don't want to use the guy's name because you don't have something nice to say about him, okay.
Basically.
I could understand that, but sometimes I see you like. You're not even saying anything bad about the person, but you don't want to say his name.
That's because I probably like the person, though.
Yeah.
Still, you know what I mean?
That's all. Listen.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
no. But I don't like him.
I'm
What
speaking.
was it to like? He's a hypocrite, you know.
I speak. I'm speaking. Like from a viewer's point of view. Like I'm
Of
like, damn.
course.
Well, who is it? What's his name? You know, like who you talking
Yeah.
about?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
There you go,
No,
Frank.
fair
There you
enough.
go,
Yeah,
buddy.
yeah. I'm gonna work on it.
There you go. Hey, another one from Vinny Boom Boss. $10 from Vinny Boom Boss. Frank, you want to read that one?
Bet I'll take Starbucks only because Frank motion no. Here it is again.
Sorry, guys. If you guys,
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
listen, guys,
Yeah,
Vinny's paying
bro.
for it, so I mean, I can't. There's nothing I can do.
And sometimes when I tell a story, sometimes I don't use names either, but that's just out of habit. Like I'll just say, yeah, me and my friend we went to go beat up a guy, and blah. Like I don't know. Sometimes I think
I
back
do
and
that
I'm like,
sometimes. I do
why
that.
didn't I just say who it was?
Yeah, sometimes I try, like if they're still in the life and I kind of like didn't have they're okay with me. I just won't mention. I said me and this other guy, and I know you knew who I was talking about when I said the Frank Mechanic stuff. It's like a Frank Mechanic I didn't like. Not many people.
Yeah, like Frank Mechanic. You could say Frank Mechanic. I mean, I don't even fucking know his last name, but I know who Frank Mechanic is.
Mm-hmm.
Frank,
But
grab that question when you get a chance. I gotta go to the side.
Oh, Dr. Vinny Boom Bots. All right. Does Howie have a wife or kids? Just curious as to how rough it may have been for them all once he cooperated. No judgment.
well, based on the way this YouTube is, I'm not going to get into anything personal.
I was told, yeah.
I appreciate the question, but I'm not. I'm not going to let these guys learn any personal things about me.
No, he didn't ask if your wife. He wanted to know anybody in your family when you cooperate. Did it affect them?
It affects everyone.
Yeah, it does. It does. I lost my family over it.
It affects friends, family, but the people who count understand.
Yeah.
And I'm only speaking for myself. See, Frankie's a different story. He's got
Yeah. People who go to work every day and they don't know about this stuff, and they shouldn't know about this stuff.
But like with I was the only person in my whole family that's ever been involved with stuff like this. Frankie's got fucking 100 years of family members being involved in the life. Everybody in his family is one way or another connected to the life, so I can understand how different it was for him as opposed to me. I told my mother I'm cooperating. She's like, great. She worried about me that something might happen to me, but that's not going to change the way she feels about me. Or some friends. I mean, even to this day, I still have friends trying to reach out to me, that don't care because they weren't a part of that life.
And that's the right answer. You see what Mom's saying that. I think Maureen asked about a while back. I think something like, how are the women? Did they accept you guys being in that life? I no. The women got maternal instincts. You got to be a real scumbag to be a parent of somebody and sign off on that kind of life. Dads, a lot of fathers done that. Women, for the most part, don't, but there was a few that were like all proud of their kids because they were fucking wise guys. Very few, but they were out there. You look at John Jr.'s mom. She hated the fact that he had in the life, and she hated her fucking husband for bringing him into their life. That's a maternal instinct. Women are protective of their kids. They don't want their kids to be in there, and if they do, there's something wrong with them.
Yeah, why would you want your kid to get involved in a horrible life like that?
I don't know.
Because that's what it is. It's a horrible life. I mean, it's great. It's at some points it's fun. You feel important. You get treated differently, but in the long run, throughout that life, horrible things are going to happen.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I had a sibling of my sister. She used to get on my mom for me going to work at the coffee shop, and I don't know. There was always a tug of war going between them.
Especially moms that have grown up around that know what can happen and how bad it is to, have are experiencing their husbands going in and out of jail and experiencing all the hardships, money, whatnot. And why would anybody want that for their son?
Yeah. That's right, Mo. You did ask me that, and we don't talk about it at all. They know, though.
Yeah, I mean, listen, 90% of the people on here that claim they hate rats and they ruin people's lives, they're just doing it to feel important. Are there people who legitimately hate rats for whatever personal reasons they may have? Yeah, of course. And if they've suffered anyway because of a rat, you can hate us, but think about what the person did to put himself in the position to be ratted on also before you just suffer and blame us for everything.
No, for sure. I mean, you see, the people who are making these comments are those people that used to sit once a week on their couch and pretend they were one of the Sopranos every time it came on. So, basically, and that's where it comes from. And then there's people that I guess are in the life and kind of in a strange kind of way. If they feel that way, you can't blame them. They're still in the game.
And what I don't like, about like some of these shows, like sometimes they make these organized crime characters look stupid and funny, and there was nothing fucking stupid and funny about that. Like
I say cartoonish.
Like
Paulie
it just wasn't. Yeah, it just wasn't nothing funny about it.
No.
And and I know a lot of guys that if you spoke to them, they sounded like they had a third grade education, but they were fucking smart as a whip when it came to the street shit.
Oh yeah. A lot of them were good at math, but didn't go to.
And you know what? I never spoke about the Tommy Reynolds interview.
Yes.
And I seen a lot of people saying, "Oh, he must have had fucking brain damage, or he sounds like this and that, the other thing."
Yeah,
I've met guys in the street that speak like him. That's just like an old school way the street guys used to speak, and he's probably grown up around a lot of fucking older guys in his life and done time with guys that have been in there for fucking 30 years already. And that's what I've met people who speak like him. I didn't see anything wrong with the guy.
right. No. I think I just thought
he looked a little bit. What do you call that? Somebody who did a lot of time in jail. But not. Yeah, you're right. A lot of people talk like that. You go to Brooklyn, South Brooklyn. There's a lot of guys that talk like that.
Yeah. I mean, look at what's his face. I forgot his name. He did an interview from some jail, and he was going like, "Yeah, he's a Goya." Like that's
He's
that
a
real
Goya.
fucking yeah. And besides, and like Tommy Reynolds' mannerisms, I didn't see nothing strange about that. I guess people that have never grown up around the old timers or whatnot, they just have never seen anything like that before. But he paused only because he was trying to think about what he was going to say because he was. But no, I don't see anything being wrong with the guy.
I just thought it was sad. I didn't think it was anything really.
I think he was very remorseful.
I thought he answered all the questions perfectly.
Yeah.
Joey
LaSala, he says Benny Geritano.
I was good friends with his brothers, his half brothers, Anthony and Jonathan Mascuzio. We did scores together.
Interesting. All right.
But I never met Jerry. Benny, I mean.
Where are they from?
South Brooklyn.
Oh, South Brooklyn as well.
Carroll Street.
Yeah.
off Atlantic Avenue, like that area over there.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Any questions?
Yeah, I mean, Jonathan, from what I hear, he's a wise guy today. He was the youngest. Probably, I don't know if Anthony probably eventually got it, but he was in jail for a while. So
Let's see.
This guy Joey LaSala keeps saying he knows you, I guess, or I don't know. He's alluding to the he says
You know the same people.
he says you abuse Al or something. I don't know.
I mean, like at some point, I mean, not necessarily abuse. I don't know. I don't know if I could say that I abused him. I mean, I abused some people in his crew at times.
Very short
yeah.
time, by the way.
Yeah, he says you guys know the same people. Joseph LaSala.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Al, yeah, you know what? I'll just I'll think about that for a little while.
Sure. Joe Cool, he says they called Tommy brain damaged for talking like that, but when Jimmy was called the helmet, they said it was Brooklyn talk. Yeah, I mean, I saw a lot of stupid comments in that interview. I was watching it with the live stream premiere. I saw a lot of stupid fucking comments in there.
I mean, I remember when Jimmy first started doing his show.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear the way he sounded?
You know what?
You know what? Can you do that invitation?
You know what?
I guess that's you know, we all have our like Brooklyn guys got their own lingo, Queens guys.
Yeah. Even Yamin talks like that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's just something that stands out that people like to make fun of.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, all of a sudden they want mob guys to be fucking doctors. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not all will. You know, it's like anything else. People are people. You get a group, you get the smarter ones. Some are sharp in some areas, some are sharp in other areas. It's just life.
They called him Junior in the street, Angelo Giro's son. My opinion of him, tough guy, you know.
Boxer.
He was, you know, he ran around with Peter for a little while. He was a little bit abusive when he was younger as well.
Mm-hmm.
But not as bad as Peter. And, you know, he did fucking, you know, he did time and, you know, I'm not going to compare the two. He was just, you know, he was being him, you know. If it turned out that, you know, his father was who he was, but, you know, I thought he was a legitimate tough guy, Junior.
Uh-huh.
You know, he wasn't doing it because of who his father was or who his family was. He was, you know, I mean, they went on a hit. They tried to kill Muggsy's brother.
Oh, he was on that one?
Yeah.
The bagel guy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jeez.
Yeah, we went to get some Sergio Tacchini's one time with a fucking credit card. And we went shopping. We got a couple. Mike Antonucci gave them to me. And he came with us as well. And then the second time, they gave me another credit card. And it didn't work. They go, well, you owe us money now. I said, I don't owe you shit. I go, you know, they probably used it up and now wanted the fucking limit on it. Like, they were with me, you know what I mean? It wasn't like I took it. And that was the end, the last time in the end that I even fucked with that kid.
Hey, you know, can you put John Stalinsky, say his name back up? Because I got a question for him also.
Here you go.
He said, well, Alphonse, I don't think so, but you never know.
Which one's that?
With Alphonse ever coming off the shelf? I think he's got a better chance of coming off the shelf that his father's home. But I don't know. You know, like, I mean, he was put on the shelf in, you know, forever. You know, I guess as long as Nicky's still around, he'll respect his brother's wishes. I don't, you know, I can't answer that. But I remember John telling a story about a guy in Tudor Park, I think he said, where he beat up Peter Gotti. They had a fight in the park, and he got the best of Peter. I was wondering if you can tell me who that was. Yeah, I know Vito loved Joseph. Vito
Yeah, we were talking about him earlier. Vinny Boombots, let me just shout out Vinny because he threw us another 10. Thank you so much, Vinny. You're so generous. Tommy says, oh, he was chewing on gum like a horse. That's what a lot of the comments were about. Yeah, more so than the accent. Yeah, there was that too. But, you know.
Yeah, he was just trying to keep his mouth moist while he was talking. Your mouth gets dry when you talk a lot.
Yeah. Matt says, I didn't like the comments where they were like, he stood up like a man and crap like that. I hate that mindset. You know, he's not a rat. He did his time like man. I didn't like that either on that live stream. I mean, this is a guy who said that since 1995, he was free for only 8 months on the street. So essentially, you know, almost 30 years locked up. This involves also the unfortunate murder of, you know, someone's mother, a woman of the household. And all people can say is how stand up and this, and it's kind of, I don't know. For me, that's weird. I guess I can get it. Vinny Boombot says mob fanboys say shit like that, I guess. Like I said, I just thought the interview was kind of sad, just listening to him talk about his life and what he's been through rather than how stand up he is or something. It's just fucking weird to me, at least.
Yeah, he's had a rough life. I mean, you know, he was stone cold killer.
Yeah.
You know, he paid for it. He's probably had to, with the lady situation, he's probably had to, you know, think about that and live with that for all of these years. And I believe that's probably why he became, you know, a born again Christian. And yeah, I mean, listen, you know, the guy, you got to understand, the guy didn't cooperate. He's not a rat. He can't fucking just go on, start doing shows and talking about things. But, you know, he gave the people, you know, some answers. And
you owe one to that guy. That guy helped him get out of prison too.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Who's that? Who's there's that guy again. I didn't date Nancy Orlando. She's 300 pounds. You know,
who is it? Is it somebody that keeps from the neighborhood that don't want to tell you who they are?
School. Nancy Orlando was your big girl in fucking class.
You don't know who this person is?
She's probably hot now, you know. Huh?
Joseph LaSala.
I'm narrowing it down to about 2 or 3 people. And the kid Kevin, he couldn't bounce. He said he was a good basketball player. He couldn't bounce a fucking booger out of his nose.
Joseph LaSala, we spoke about Vito Love earlier in the show. You just rewind it, you can hear it.
He used to slap us around all the time.
I think I saw a question from Carmine S. Did I know Nicky Carrazzo's crew? Yes, I did. Yeah, I'm asking you that, John. I remember you saying that in a comment in one of these shows.
That's right, Mo.
I think you might have made that comment on my show that I did with Nadu. If people don't know me, they can actually go to Nadu's channel. I did it like my one and only interview with him.
A very good one, by the way.
Yeah.
He passed me on the views.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out if I know who the kid is.
He's a mutt. This guy doesn't like him.
Joe LaSala says he's a mutt, Vito.
He said I call him a rat, a mutt, and a rat to his face. Why?
Well, yeah.
Apparently, they outed the informant on that Banana case with the cop out of Long Island.
Who's that? Oh, that case. Hey, can you believe it? There's 2 main guys in a fucking associate that flipped in that case, and guess who they're ratting on? A cop, a fucking cop. You believe that? They got 2 main guys in an associate.
Bernstein says one of them is Sal the Shoemaker.
Yeah. Well, I seen that from James's show.
Oh, okay.
Sal the Shoemaker.
And whoever else, I'm not sure.
God, what's his world coming to?
Yeah, they put that guy on the cover of the New York Post the other day. That cop.
Was Tony hiding like usual? What Tony is he talking about, John? How do you say his last name?
I think it's
Sidlinsky?
Sidlitsky, I think.
Sidlitsky? Yeah,
Sid-
John,
One of those names that play for the
I
band
remember
back in the day.
I remember you making a comment that somebody beat up Peter Gotti in the fucking, I think it was Tudor Park. They had a fight and the guy got the better of him. I was just curious to know if I knew him.
Yeah.
Yeah, John has always made respectful comments, about me. He comes from the neighborhood. I don't know him, but he knows a lot of the people that I know.
Yeah,
Not necessarily. I think he's a little younger than me, but you still know who everybody is.
Yeah.
And Vito Love isn't Pipitone's brother. Somebody asked that question too.
Who? Vito
Anthony.
Pipitone is Anthony's smaller brother. He was a baby when I knew him. His older brother.
They asked if Vito Love was
Vito. No. You missed by 200 pounds.
Dominic Calandra says, you know what? He says, I'll check out that Nadu interview. He says he's new to Howie's story.
Yeah, check it out. I mean, it doesn't cover everything, but it was, it covered the basics. You'll basically know who I was around and how I got my start and stuff.
Yeah. Good shit.
I got a funny Vito Love story. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
I had gotten into my girlfriend at the time, and I was going to go get my clothes at the house. I was leaving, and she wanted to be, and it was early in our relationship. And the dog wasn't familiar with me yet. It was her dog. It was a fucking big ass Mastiff pit bull, and she put him at the stairs and would make me go in and get my clothes. She would be like, "Come on, motherfucker, you want to get your clothes? Come get your clothes." And I was there, and Bobby loved this story. Bobby used to laugh. I said, "Nah, I lock the fucking dog in the bathroom, and I'll come get my clothes." And she was going, "No." And then Vito just happened to pass by, and she liked Vito. I said, "Vito, fucking convince you to fucking put that dog away," And we were there for about 20 fucking minutes with the dog. It was a big ass dog, and he would have took my fucking leg off, And fucking Bobby loved that story. Howie used to laugh.
Yeah.
How he used to laugh.
Yeah, he loved fucking listening. He loved laughing, Bobby.
He's like, you didn't want to go up there. I go, that bitch wanted to attack that dog on me.
160 people. 160 people. Please hit that like. Thank you for joining us tonight. Pasta Patate, $9.99. He says, congrats on 2,000 subscribers. Thank you, Pasta Patate. Thank you so much.
Howie, hit the like button.
That's funny.
Oh, man. It's great having you here, Howie. It really is. Thank you.
Yeah,
man.
thank you so much for hanging out.
Yeah, I had fun.
Thank you, bro.
John Sidlitsky, once again. Anyone else want to ask a question?
We're here.
Yeah, if you don't remember.
Thank you,
that's
John.
fine.
Appreciate you, buddy. Appreciate the questions, John. He says, I remember asking you questions on Jeff's channel, but he is a little confused about, I guess.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. That's fine. I just maybe it wasn't you, maybe it was someone else. But yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, Carmine asks, that's a weird one, huh? With Gene Hackman and his family. That's a weird one. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we did. That's right. You asked me about Saudi iron workers. So you're out in Long Island now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's Vito Love's Pizzeria?
Well, I don't know.
He said it's a few blocks away from his house.
Oh, so that'd probably be Long Island as well then.
Mr. Baseball says he lived on Bleecker.
See, that's why.
I know who you are, motherfucker. I know who you are.
Oh, corruption. Did we answer corruption?
I should have known all the while.
Hey, Howie, Corruption Connection. He wants to know who had the most control over Aqueduct Flea Market.
I really don't know, to be honest.
Okay.
This certain kid, if it's the one I think it is, we were at the Fresh Pond Diner. We were like in the 4th, 5th grade, and I was ready for school. And we used to break into the school all the time just to fucking play manhunt, not steal anything, the kid shit. And we were at Fresh Pond Diner. There was, remember Screw magazine or Screw newspaper?
Yeah.
The degenerates used to get them or whatever. They were in this fucking like Cadillac. So we climbed in the Cadillac, grabbed the fucking the newspaper, and it was almost around school time, like September. We went in there and we put them all in the fucking books. So each page of the kids' books. This is Catholic school, by the way. You know, these pages, and somebody teaches box two. Fuck. I mean, I could have loved to see the expression on their face when they see this fucking like big giant fucking thing, and who the fuck put these things there?
So somebody's asking where to find that interview with you and Nadu. I'm going to drop the link right now for Howie's interview on the sit down with Jeff Nadu. So if anyone wants to watch that, I'm dropping the link in the chat box right now. So click that, check it out. Sure,
very good interview.
What?
I think you came searching for me on Nadu, didn't you?
Well, that's how I got in touch with you, through Nadu.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got Nadu's email because he announced it, and I knew you did shows with him, and you were friends with him. So I got in touch with you through him.
Franco Caso, $5. Thank you, buddy. He says he is Sicilian living in Australia. Very good show from all of you. Thank you, Franco.
We're everywhere. Us Sicilians are everywhere. Australia, there's a community there too. You know, that's one of the hardest countries to get into.
Really?
Yeah, you can't be a felon. You need to put so much money down, like to buy a house or something like that. They ask for a lot. And it's a penal colony. A fucking penal colony.
He might be Sicilian. I'm not sure. He's an Australian guy with a Italian cooking show on YouTube. Vincenzo's Plate. Check it out. Pretty good.
Danny F. I knew both of them very well. I don't know if I would say I was close with them, but yeah, I was very friendly with them. Frankie and and Michael. Yeah, Frankie was a good kid. He got caught up.
Salvatore's of Elmont. Apparently that's Vito's Pizzeria.
So go get some pizza and tell them Joe LaSalle sent you.
So why is what Muscatello's in hiding? He keeps saying Muscatello's in hiding, Hoodie's in hiding. We had a big blowout. I'm starting to think maybe I might know the guy too.
Yeah.
We had a big.
He says you know the same people. Yeah.
David Price. See, that's why I don't like reading the comments, because I get caught up reading, and then there's silence. You know.
Yeah.
Hello, good.
The bomb diggity.
You're the bomb diggity.
Yeah.
David Price.
David Price. He's gonna go over there. I'll stop by Salvatore's and Alma and see how good the pizza is. You check it out, DB boy. Howie, who got straightened out first, Rock or Tony?
I think they got at the same time.
Really?
And according to Bernstein, he's stepping up. He's
some guy made a comment like, "All right, come up for air. Let him come up for air at least." And you know what? He might be right. I mean, we fuck with the guy a little too much.
No, I don't think we do. I mean, that was like the one episode where we fucked around.
Rumors that Muscatello is a long-term CI. Now, which Muscatello? There's the Muscatello that I'm talking about, and then there's the Muscatello that had that case in Florida that's a lot older than me and was close with John Panisi.
That was the
three Muscatellos. Right?
There's a lot of Muscatellos.
There's a lot of Muscatellos. 300 Muscatellos.
Thank you, SPK. Yeah. We appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Thank you. Speaking of a Panisi, I forgot. I don't remember who it was, but somebody before asked if you guys knew. I mean, I don't know.
I didn't know Panisi personally, but I did know his friend Mike the Boxer personally. I think maybe I might have met him one day when he came to pick up Mike the Boxer when he was hanging out at the bar by our club. Mike the Boxer, me and him were shooting pool, and at the time, Mike the Boxer was hanging around Blaze Carrazzo. But yeah, then he caught that case. So I don't even know if I was introduced to him, but you know, I mean, I seen him around, but I was more friendly with his best friend at the time.
Yeah, fuck it. I mean, he was great in that movie, Panisi. What was it? The one where he sees dead people?
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
I'm Joseph. I didn't necessarily have dealings with Johnny Alite, but I know him forever. Because I was with Jojo Carrazzo, and Alite was with the Gottis.
Yeah. Yeah, he was with the Gottis. So apparently, with him and Junior, you know, split up, whatever, go their own ways. Who's John hang out with then?
When they, I noticed that when Alite like kind of like stopped hanging out with Junior, I seen him hanging around with like Charles Caniglia. He always stopped by our club to talk to Ronnie. You know, he was still around.
Oh, okay.
But you know, like I don't. Alite did whatever the fuck he wanted. He fucking he was all over the place. Alite, you know, like he knows people from fucking every state. now every country. Yeah, he got around.
He's a councilman. Don't forget.
Councilman now. United
Councilman
States Councilman.
Alite, wow.
John Alite.
Hey, you know, I mean, maybe he can use that position to make some money.
Yeah. I was with him down at the what the fuck, the Fountain Blue out in Florida. So we get there. He comes with the fucking whole bunch of business cards. He's handing them to the girls. Catch my show. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Who is Joseph? Joseph is saying Alite was a maniac?
Yeah, he was a maniac. Of course he was a maniac.
Yeah, he was a maniac. Yeah.
He's a maniac. We spoke the other day.
Who owns Cafe 2000 on 101?
Was it that Sandro?
I believe so. I don't even know if it's still there.
Still there.
Is it?
Did he have that one or Cafe Italian? One or the other?
Shit. I wanted to answer when somebody said something. I lost it.
John 6 cents per easy.
Oh, does Frank or Howie have PTSD from the violence?
Oh, yeah, that one. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I do.
I find myself having a lot of violent dreams about some of these people on YouTube.
Stop! They're gonna stop making fun.
Oh, the YouTube streams.
I can see the
yeah, I start imagining things I want to do to them.
Yeah, I start itching.
But yeah, I mean, I mean, yeah, I guess I don't know. I can't. It's affected me, but I just can't exactly, you know, like give an explanation how. But I know it's affected me.
Danny F is asking about Ernie Boy Abamonte.
Yeah, I have regrets, but do I have PTSD over shit I've done? No. Regrets, of course. I wouldn't be here fucking talking to you guys if I would have went to work like a fucking normal person.
Yeah, Ernie Boy, yeah, I met him a few times when he got out of prison, and I was at a Christmas party with him. I believe there's a photo of all of us at that Christmas party. And
how about Cafe 2000 on 101st Ave?
I never hung out in there. That fucking place has been there forever if it's still there.
They wanted to know
who owns it. It's a tip joint, ain't it?
You know who owns it? Somebody's asking.
I thought it was
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who owns it right now, but back then I believe it was Sandro's, right?
Vinny Boombots, $20. Thank you so much again, Vinny. He wants to know if you, Howie or Frank, Ever had any dealings with the Cavalcantes?
No.
No.
Okay.
And can you say the Cavalcanti like like
I know Joe O'Kane knocked out Vinny Ocean.
Cavalcante.
yeah, what happened back then?
Well, you know, Joe O'Kane, he had
Naked City.
Yeah. And I don't know if it was over that, but the story is that Joe knocked him out in his own place. I don't know the reason. But
it goes to show, I mean, how serious they would take it, huh?
Oof.
Yeah, he probably picked a bad spot to open up Wiggles.
Gernko says, do you remember the bookie spot Cross Bay above the OTB?
Cross Bay. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I you know what? I want to say like, nah, you know what? I mean, I remember, but listen, there was so many spots at different times throughout the years. I mean, we moved the location to our club like fucking 3-4 times on the same, 2-3 block area, but we, a lot of places, opened up, closed down. You had your little fucking horse betting rooms opening up and closing down.
Yeah.
Things get hot and they got to close them down.
This is from Carm Frank. Frank, that 1985, he's referring to the Sicily video, was something not one person on YouTube could have covered. The same year you visited, I was, having a party thrown for me as a baby in Caliskibeta like a don.
I was there. Carm was your godfather. Remember? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah. And your second part of that second part of that statement, he puts that those were very bad times, and the ramifications lived on for a very long time. But what was going on there in Sicily at the time, and he's 100% correct. A lot of shit came out of that.
Of course, I remember Ragtime at on Cross Bay. Joe Ragtime used to play at my card game. The son.
He was a nice guy.
Yeah. Ronnie One-Arm has another son that I believe he's actually staying with. He's a legit guy, but.
Sean Sedlitsky, once again, people asking you if you would ever start your own show. Howie answered that earlier, but you could.
Yeah, if I get support, yeah, of course I'm not going to do it for free. I would love to have support.
What free?
And make money doing it.
Of course.
Dominic Calandra, you know what? He says, do you guys know of any players in the Seattle area? There was no established Cosa Nostra, but there was a crew that operated for decades.
The Colacushcos, whatever the fuck their name is. They were in the vending business, father and son. And I know people that knew them, and they were into the they had a couple of strip joints, and they would get a lot of the girls from Canada, like in that area up there, British Columbia, bring them down to Seattle, the Bellevue, Kirkland area where I'm at.
That's it. They could have made a killing. They could have made a killing selling heroin over there. What happened?
Well, they used to hang out with like the nerdiest fucking UFC fighters you've ever seen. Like, yeah, we're with this guy, because they used to get write-ups over there that these guys were like mob, the real mob. They were connected. So
Joseph LaSala, he actually has 2 daughters, Ronnie One-Arm.
Thank you, Roro. Appreciate it. Yeah, 105 likes. Thank you, people. Matt, yep. Thank you so much.
Did you hear what I just said, or was I silent?
No. We heard you that Ronnie had 2 daughters.
Yeah, he's got one daughter, Bliss, and then he had another daughter way after her. Yeah, Bliss. Yeah.
Frank, you see that comment from LaSala?
What do you say? If Howie wants it, I don't care. But
yeah, I don't. Yeah, he can drop the link.
Howie's our guest today, so
if he starts attacking us, you just fucking mute him. That's all.
I'm game.
But it doesn't sound like he wants to come up to the
No,
top.
no.
No, it doesn't. No, it sounds
That's
good.
up to listen. That's up to you guys. You know.
No,
Well,
that's
that's
you.
fine. I just-
I mean, you're our guest. I don't want to be.
Oh, he's a lot younger than us, but he's 41.
Dayon, what's up, baby? Dayon's here. Dayon's Devon. Like the shirt, Dayon? Represent the baby.
All right, so we'll wait for LaSalle to come on. In the
You know
meantime, if you guys want, we'll take a quick intermission.
Where's Latrell?
Dance floor.
Where's Latrell?
Dance floor.
All right.
Ali, did you see that? Do you see him do the fucking Saturday Night Fever move?
Yeah.
All right,
You see him staring at the girl's chest?
Yes,
Yeah. He's shorter than all of them, obviously. You see how short he is?
People look quickie.
All right, let's bring on Joey.
That's the same movie he pulled when he told him to do to suck his dick.
He's older now. I guess he just wants to have fun.
Yeah, he's rocking out.
You know what that reminds me of? All the old guys when we used to go to the clubs, the older guys when they started dancing with the finger.
Yeah.
All right, let's bring on Joey LaSala. What's going on, Joe?
What's
How are you,
What's up, Joey?
What's going on?
What's
How are
going
you?
on? What's up, baby?
What's up with this clown Vito? He's a fucking mutt. I'm telling you, I abused him in front of his pizzeria. I abused the guy. Abused him. The jerk.
What did he do to you?
Well, it all started with Hoodie, of course.
Hoodie?
Always with Hoodie. Hoodie got on the live and started talking about him, about the whole Vito, about the whole Bobby Glass situation, that Hoodie had to sit down with him and switch the whole thing around to switch down. So I had to sit down and he owed him money and he beat him or whatever. So he was calling him a bean shooter or whatever, like pretty much. So I was like, fuck him. He's a jerk off, this guy. I didn't give a fuck. So I went in there and he goes, he goes, because he seen I was with Hoodie one time and he goes, I'm going to crack your head open. I go, really? You're going to crack my head open? I said, fucking crack my head open. I said, do it right now. I said, I left, came back. I fucking abused him the whole place. I said, you're a rat fucking scumbag mutt. I said, I don't give a fuck. I said, Vito Guzzo, when he comes out, he's going to fucking blow your fucking head off. I said, you left them all on the compound like a fucking rat. I said, you've left them all hanging like a fucking mutt. I said, Mikey Y, Vito, Rock, all of them. Rock was just in there about 2 months ago. I was in there, hell, hanging out.
Oh, he was in there. Vito
Rock was in there hanging with. That's why I understand these guys. They're all fucking jerk offs.
Wait, Joey. Vito was there when all
Vito was in there with Rock about 2 months ago.
In prison?
No, I'm talking. Well, he was with Rock in prison in Danbury at the time.
That's what I'm saying. You said he left them.
He was there at the time with Mikey YV when they had to fight with the Albanians.
Right. That's what I'm at.
And he sat it out because he said he didn't want to lose his good time.
Oh, okay.
Remember that? I don't know if you remember that. He sat it out. They all got stabbed up.
I didn't even know he was there, but
he was there. He was fucking there.
For him not to be a part of it,
he sat it out like a fucking hooer.
And Vito Guzzo,
I heard Vito Guzzo said when he comes out of jail, he wants to put a bullet in his head, Aaron. That's what I heard. I don't know.
Listen, at the end of the day,
I doubt he's going to do that. Listen, Vito ain't going to throw his life away over that jerk off.
No. They're two different totally people.
That's what I'm trying to say. You know what he told me, Vito Love? You know what he said to me? He goes to me, I've been, what did he say? Something about like, I've been around guys my whole life. I've been stuffed in garbage cans. I go, you're a fucking mobster? You're a gangster? You've been stuffed in garbage cans? That's something to you're a fucking clown, I said. Then who the fuck you got stuffed in a garbage can? Who brags about that? I said.
I took him to his first head beat, and he cracked some guy over the head with a bat. Actually, I told him fucking.
So why don't you crack my fucking head then?
I'm not saying he's gonna do that to you. I didn't say that.
No, I want him to crack my head.
He ain't gonna crack. You guys probably got into it. You guys ever friends at first?
A little bit, but I'll go to his fucking pizzeria and go on live and do it.
You're mad.
Fuck. I'll go there right now to his house.
People don't like each other. What are you gonna do? You can't help that. You know, I get it.
He's a fucking jerk off, in my opinion.
He said he was gonna crack your head, right? So
yeah, he said
about that. I get it.
He should have just cracked my head. If he's a real tough guy, he's supposed to crack my head.
Yeah, well,
what do you mean? If he's a tough guy, I disrespected him. He's not supposed to speak to me. He's supposed to crack me.
Right.
What kind of tough guy? That ain't a mob. That ain't how you work. I know all these guys. Johnny Bino's right down the fucking block from my house here too. All these fucking guys. Nappy. Every one of these fucking guys.
Yeah.
All around. I know all these fucking guys.
He got muted.
I grew up with Johnny Bino.
Yeah, he was. I remember when he was at Choices, man, and he was like the dog guy. He was a mean bastard. But then after he got settled down, he was really nice.
Hey, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Bino, Johnny Bino comes to my yard and meets the guy, a kid from there.
What, a junkyard?
No, I work for the town of Hempstead, the highway department.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I work for the highway department. So he comes in there and this kid Chris, who I really don't get along with, he's a fucking scumbag, works for probation that nobody knows about. Was around Al actually, and Rock and all them.
What the
hell?
hell?
They used to call him Blue Eyes. You know that kid named Blue Eyes, Chris Foley.
Chris Foley
used to look like Ray Liotta. I don't know if you know. Maybe he's about 50.
I know a Chris Foley.
Chris Foley used to deal with Hoodie a lot.
He grew up on 101st Avenue.
Nah, he's from out here. He's an Irish kid or whatever. He used to hang out at the club with he used to be around Al and Rock and them.
Hey
Okay.
Joey, did you say that Hoodie was hiding from you before?
Yeah, he's hiding. I think he's in West Virginia now. He said he called me
blowfish. He's in West Virginia with the blowfish.
I'm telling you, he was on a thing on TikTok messaging me, telling me when he sees me, he's gonna come meet me at. Can he tell me? He goes, I'm at Cafe Palermo. I said, I don't give a fuck who you are. We go fuck yourself.
He goes to Cafe Palermo, Hoodie?
Yeah, that's what he said. I'm at Cafe Palermo every day. I'll show you guys the receipts. I'll send it to you. I'm at Cafe Palermo every day, hanging out with real guys. He said, get the fuck out of here. We're real guys. Fucking mom dead.
Well, Hoodie cooperated. Why is he still hanging out over there?
He's full of shit. Well, you know how he is. He's a fucking liar. Everything he says is a fucking lie. All he wants, you know why we don't talk? You want to know why? Because you want fucking pills. I don't do drugs. Yeah, I smoke a little weed. But yeah, I'm on legitimate medication for anxiety. And the motherfucker legitimately tried to he got mad at me because I wouldn't give him Klonopin. All right? How is that? This is how people are. And then you're the bad guy when you can't do it for somebody. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? This is the way people are. So I don't like certain people. They're just scumbags. They're out for themselves.
Yeah.
How tall is Hoodie? Carl Mike says he's 5'3".
Hoodie is like, I'm 5'6". So Hoodie's like maybe literally an inch and a half taller than me, I would say.
I gotcha.
He's how you know how big? He ain't tall. He's a
I don't think he's taller than
you've seen him. I'm like 5'6", so he's probably Frankie. How tall are you?
About 5'8".
So he's about like probably I would say your height, maybe a little, maybe an inch
about,
short. Like
5'8", about 5'8".
Listen, I'm 5'7", and he appeared shorter than
Well, I was
me.
just gonna say, I didn't know how you were only 5'7". You look taller, but yeah, Hoodie is about. Then he's about my height then.
Gotcha.
Maybe I'm fucking 5'5". I don't know then. Maybe I'm shorter. But yeah, he's pretty short though. He's heavy now. He gained a lot of weight.
Yeah, I saw a video a while back. Yeah, he gained a lot of weight.
Yeah, a lot of weight. I haven't spoken to him. Like I said, the last time we spoke, he threatened that he was going to come in. When he sees me, he's going to beat me down and this and all this other shit.
Jeez. So you know him? You know him from out in the island?
No, I know him through Gene.
Oh, you know Gene?
Yeah.
Well, hey, I'm not surprised.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, not surprised.
Gene's bad. He's sick.
Matt says, what did Matt say?
Boom-bots. Thank you, buddy. We'll get you some Pastor Bradley in a bit. We'll hit you with
Pastor Bradley's great.
Thank you.
Danny F. Yes, Hoodie has kids with Talabaka's sister.
I heard Hoodie has kids with his aunt.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
That's true.
Grandparents, brother and sister.
He has kids with his aunt. I'm telling you, that's the one who's taking him to court now is his aunt.
Well, he lives in West Virginia. Might as well go with.
Well, I don't know where he is now. He said, "Well, he's at Cafe Palermo." He said, "I don't know."
Thank you, Matt. Appreciate
with
you.
With the tough guys, he said he's at Cafe Palermo. What
The
happened?
Whitakers. Jesus.
Hey, John, how do you say his name again?
I think it's Sidlitsky.
Sicily.
Sidlitsky.
Sidlitsky, yeah.
Yeah, I know Chris Cologne. I like Chris. Yeah, Chris was a tough kid.
Howard, do you remember? I don't know if you knew. Do you remember that when they had the bar out here in Franklin Square? When Ronnie had the bar out here?
I remember when they had the bar. I didn't really go
Chases.
there.
I'm saying they had the bar Chases. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
the bar. Yeah.
Yeah, well, because I'm 41, so I'm a little younger than you. How old are you?
Yeah.
Howie, how old are you?
Me, I just turned 58.
Okay, so you're older. Okay, so you're older than me. And yeah, because Vito, like Hoodie and Al and them, Al's what? I was like 47 or 48, I think. They're a little older than me. I think they're like rocking them. They're like 6 years older than me. I think 6, 7 years older.
Got to be about 49 at least.
Right? I was gonna say I'm 41, gonna be 42. Yeah. So they're gonna be, I think, about 7 years older than me. I think, right? Something like that. Frankie, because you're how old? 52.
I'm 54.
54.
Yeah. My birthday next month.
So you guys all knew then. I mean, Howie obviously knows you. I mean, Frankie, I'm sure you know him all too, right?
Of course. Yeah. Of course I knew Vito. Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew almost all my life.
Did you know my neighbors? The South Ironworker? Did you know him?
Yeah. He's from my town.
Bro, he used to give me advice. That guy. Oh my god. He never wanted. He always told me, don't get involved. He never. I used to work for his Matrix Steel for his place. His Matrix.
I know his older brother too.
He was the greatest guy, bro. What they did to him, they deported. They couldn't get him on none, so they deported him, and
they deported him. Correct.
And then they wound up killing him up there. He was the best. We used to sit for hours. He used to water his lawn like an old school tiny with the hose, no sprinkler. Sit there for hours. Me and him on this front porch. Literally.
Yeah, he was a nice kid, and I think I meet him in Italy in 1990.
I think you remember saying the story. You mentioned some story about that.
Yeah,
I brought it up to you.
It's the first time I met him, but our families go back a long time.
You were saying, you were saying that. You were saying, I remember you saying that.
Yeah. His brother. His brother's a good guy too. I remember
his brother, when everything was going on, like I said, when he got deported, his wife was still living next door to me right here. So she was here with the 3 kids. So the brother used to come over a lot.
They had 3 brothers, I think.
He had a couple of brothers. Yeah, I remember the father passed away.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if the mother, and then he got killed, obviously, in Canada.
On Thanksgiving. 13.
Yes, Thanksgiving. I got to, it's funny, the guy Chris, who I talked to, who I was telling Howie about, texted me on Thanksgiving Day. He goes, your neighbor just got killed. I said, what?
Yeah.
I Googled, and he's like, yeah, Sally Iron, the whole Rizzuto, war that was going on up there, whatever,
Yeah, he got in over his head there.
I mean, listen, the guy was, he was a good guy. I mean, listen, he helped me out. Like one time he got involved with this idiot who I used to work with over a compensation case. The guy was fucking trying to like shake my brother down for money because he recommended the lawyer and the doctor. He wanted money.
Yeah.
So Sal, he goes, all right, let's talk to this guy. So we want not having to sit down, but we wanted to go into Burroughs on New Hyde Park Road. And he laid into this guy. Who the fuck do you think you are taking money from this kid? What do you think you're a fucking gangster? Oh, forget it. Abuse. I thought I was mortified. I was like almost embarrassed.
Yeah.
Some of these guys don't play. These guys don't play. He's old school. Sal's he was
very old school.
Very old school. I noticed Frankie when he snapped. Like he wouldn't snap often, but when he lost it, he lost. Like you know what I mean? Like he was. I don't know. Maybe if he was that way, but I'm just saying. Like in front of me,
I don't remember him like that. But
like in front of me, I used to see him lose it. Like maybe I don't like you said. Maybe in that light, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not gonna sit here and toot his horn or not. You know what I mean?
No, it's not that. You see, what I think happened with him was that somebody brought him into the life, and he's another one we talk about metamorphosing into another.
Well,
person.
I was just gonna say, do you really like? I was gonna ask you, do you think he really like? All right, let me ask you another. Do you really
want it? Yeah.
Do you really think he was the boss?
No.
That's right. But I said the same thing. Even my father. I don't like. Honestly, I think they put that. Like, do you think they put him up? Like, just put that up on the newspaper? I saw the newspaper article.
No, the boss was who he was at the time. The guy in jail. Who was it?
Vinny Bastian. Vinny.
Yeah.
So that was all. So they put Sal on the paper for what? That was a bullshit thing.
He was born in Castelmate de Golfo. So was Joe Bonanno.
So they made the whole like So they used him as
the narrative was getting close. I mean, he was.
No, of course.
A lot of people didn't want that position for the same. You know, he ain't put me there. Fucking, there was another guy from my town too.
Hey, guys, not to interrupt. Joey, you had mentioned a Muscatello.
No, not me. No.
Oh, wasn't you? It was someone else? Okay.
No.
Well, anyway, Joey.
Listen, I'm gonna get off anyway. I'll let you guys go. Listen, it was really nice talking to you guys. Howie was
nice.
Thank you, Joe. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Joey. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for letting me come on. You guys, I love you guys.
Of course.
Hey, Joey, let me ask you.
Disrespect you guys. I'm not like that.
No, we appreciate that.
Let me ask you. I assume you watch like the mob contest.
All the time.
What do you think? What do you think of me and Frank's show?
I love it. I watch it all the time. That's why I said I talked to Frankie last time about my name.
Yeah, you did. I remember when you asked that question.
But that's what I'm saying. Maybe I could hop on every once in a while. Now that we know
yeah,
each
other.
You know, and Howie, it was really a pleasure. Really
nice meeting you too, buddy.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joey.
Like I said, we know so many
Thank you,
people.
Joey.
You know what I mean? We know a lot of the same people. It's a
I
small
see that.
world.
Yeah.
It's a small world, you know?
It is.
Definitely.
But, all right, I'm gonna listen. Like, take care,
Be
guys.
careful. Do good.
Thank you,
things.
All right. Talk to you later.
Have a good one.
All
Don't
right.
go beating up any people.
I don't know. I might be in the newspaper soon.
Yeah. All right, man. Peace.
A nice guy.
Joey LaSala.
So, fellas, it was great coming on. I had a great time.
Thank you, Howie. Appreciate you.
I can't wait till we could do this again. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you so fucking much.
Yeah, maybe we could well, I mean, I originally came on to touch on the show you did yesterday, but I think
You broke the ice.
Yeah. I mean, I just people got shit totally wrong with Alite, and I never really spoken up for him, but I just thought it was time to do it on your show, where you have like people in the chat that you can reason with.
Yeah. I love our chat. Our chat is like, and I think it's everything you would love too. They're good fucking people. They ask really intelligent questions.
Yeah, they do. I'm sorry I couldn't answer everybody's question, but next time.
No, I appreciate it. Listen, we got 172 people in here. You have a lot to do with that right now, so we definitely appreciate you coming in. And keep it in your mind if you ever want to do like a pre-record, like an episode with me and Frank to put out.
Yeah, I don't mind. Like I said, I just like popping on when I want, But yeah, I mean, I'll pop up. You guys want to prepare something? Like you want to ask me questions? We could do it live. Doesn't matter to me. But yeah, I appreciate
like guy anyway.
I appreciate you guys having me on. I had fun. I want to say thank you to everyone in the chat that had nice things to say, good questions, and I'm looking forward to doing this again.
Thank you, Howie.
Thank you
so much. And everybody, like I said before, I dropped the link before for the interview of Howie on the Deuce. Please check that out. And Howie, thanks again, bud.
All right, buddy. Frank,
thank you, Howie.
Soon. All right. Bye, Brett.
Bye-bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
That was a surprise, huh?
Howie Santos. Yeah, I didn't know he was coming on tonight, so that was a good surprise.
That
Appreciate
was
Howie hanging out. Thank you, Joey LaSala, for hopping on. That was fun.
Yeah.
I think Vinny Boom Bots, he's $20 again from Vinny Boom Bots. Roro needs to make an appearance on a live eventually.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one thing. Roro did an appearance on what show is that? Was it Gunsmokes once?
Oh, she did.
And I heard about it. I don't know if I was there or I heard about it, and I had to go back because I couldn't believe it. So yeah, Roro, I think you're up. You're up pretty soon.
Yeah.
Have Howie on for an Uber show. Yeah, I mean that's what I would love to do that, but that would be up to him, of course. Dominic Calandra, garbage can. Good stuff, Howie. Thank you for coming. Yeah, great stuff. Great stuff.
Stop the baloney, huh? Who the hell knew you either?
Then stop the baloney. Who the fuck in the mob says stop the baloney? What kind of statement is that?
Oh, now you want to act like a clown? What do you mean? Or stop the baloney?
I'm gonna act like a clown. Stop the fucking baloney. No, I heard it from people who graduated from Harvard. Stop the baloney.
You're a real crumb bum. You're a crumb bum, a real crumb bum.
You're a real
I had to
crumbo.
play Pastor Bradley for the great Vinny Boombots. He called him Pastor James before. Maybe he's getting Bucciolato confused.
Shout out to James Bucciolato if you're listening.
Yeah.
And maybe yeah.
Yeah, definitely Easty Kid. Yeah. These guys have been on a bunch of panels, you know, but it's usually just over something else, you know, just bullshitting or, you know, just talking about random stuff.
I know Howie at least since 93.
Yes, you were there, Brad. My first live at Gunsmoke. You were in shock. You were on the. I was on the panel with you. You sure, Roro?
How quick we forget.
Interesting.
Crumb bum. Mo loved Rizzo. She goes, he was the best. Hey, Frank Rizzo. Remember the Turkey Boys?
Bot says, thank you for the insight, Howie. Definitely.
Thank
John
you, Dr.
Favara.
Vinny. Thank you, everybody.
Wow, we're going on 3 hours. All right, let's make it. We're at 2:55. Let's do 5 more minutes. We'll do an even 3. We'll do an even 3 for you, ladies and gentlemen.
You
Thank
tired?
you so much. Once again, thank you so much for everybody helping us to get to 2,000 subscribers.
Thank you, guys. Thank
we're
you.
actually at 2017 now. Wow, look at that. Thank you so much.
How many people?
We're at 2017 subscribers.
Oh, I thought how many people we have.
No, right now we got 163 people.
Hello, people.
Yeah, corruption connection. Row.
Hey, Matt. He says, all right, I'll stop making network cables for 5 minutes.
Yeah, Matt's working. He's working extra tonight. He's trying to save somebody's cable, I think.
Thank you, Franco. Thank you. Couldn't do it without Frank,
the whole neighborhood.
And Miss Roro, and most important, all you guys. Thank you.
Roro said she can't even type anymore. Yeah. I can't even talk anymore. I start fucking. Congrats, Frank and Brent, on reaching 2K subs. Next stop, 5K. No pressure. Yes, no pressure. And 149,000 plus views. Yeah, thank you so much, Roro. Yeah, no pressure. We'll get to 5,000 soon. I think we will. We're not one of those, I see these guys, right? I don't even want to say. I see these fucking guys, they start these channels and they can't get to 1,000 and they come up with excuses like, all I'm looking for is 1,000 strong. I don't care about anything over that. I need 1,000 strong soldiers. So sign up, people. Subscribe. Well, that's not us, all right? We want.
Who is that?
It's a lot of people.
Oh.
Oh, see, I'm fucking choking for saying that. Rock solid back in the house. Frank, did you know Joey Cupcakes saw a graphic video of him online? Don't even want to describe what he did to the guy. Yes, there was a graphic video up there. Yeah. Did you know Ergotano?
I know Joe Cup. No, Joey Cup. Imagine having a guy that dangerous and somebody's telling you Joey Cupcakes is coming fucking to beat your ass.
Yeah. That's more that East Harlem scene.
Oh, is that what it is?
Cupcakes? Yeah, he's like Pleasant Avenue. Lucchese shit. His dad was what? Angelo Cheesecake.
Yes, the jerky was Frank Rizzo.
Frank Rizzo.
So what we got coming?
We got some good ones coming out. The next episode actually came up with a good title for it.
The Pinot Silvestre don't smell like it used to. You know what I mean?
Say it again.
I probably got the Indian one where they put fucking about 10% of the product and rubbing alcohol.
We have a nice one coming out, ladies and gentlemen. It's about Knickerbocker Avenue, post Carmine Galante.
Sponsored by
titles. We got a couple of. I got to get some of that stuff. I got to smell. I got to go there and I got to go into the Sicilian bakery by me. See if everybody looks at me.
You need the horn. You know the horn, the Sicilian horn over there.
Yeah. I got to get one of those too.
Or a Betty Mosquito medallion that if you get shot, it ain't gonna go through. Or maybe it will. Benny Mosquito he was the ultimate fucking Guido. I'm talking about leg outside the window, car.
Who was this?
The guy Howie shot.
Oh, is that right?
Oh yeah.
You know what I used to see?
Franco Gocho says Pino Silvestri is good. Yes, Frank. It's not bad.
Vinny Boombot says, check your phone. Let me see.
It gives me flashbacks. I smell my uncle coming into the fucking hall. I think I did something wrong. He used to put that shit on. I smelled that in my hallway. I knew something was up.
Hold on, Vinny. I'm not getting service for some reason. Give me a second. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, okay. I got you. All right, I'll play it. He gave me the Sammy Wheel of Fortune link from the dude.
Oh, I see that.
All right.
Sammy does not disappoint. Man, I showed them last night, boy.
Ah, fuck. Can I change channels here? Switch account. Yes, I could. Give me a second, ladies and gentlemen. Vinny Boombots texted me something over here.
Louis Boricua. Pasi, what's up, my man? Thank you. I've been listening, but wanted to make sure to drop a dime. Muchísimos gracias, fellas. Thank you.
Oh, shit. Hold on.
Boricua party now. You don't remember that? Boy,
what's up?
The Boricua party, I used to have that. It was in your mad fucking beat. Great beat.
What it do, Big Lou? Thank you so much, my man. Appreciate you.
Lou, thank you. Scott H, thank you for the donation. Thank you, Scott H. $5.
Appreciate you. Thank you, Scott H, my man. Thank you, buddy. Where's that? I don't see it.
What?
Scott H.
It's in the
Oh, okay. Thank you, Brian G. Before we go, Vinny,
I gotta show you my cat. Let me get it. I told Brian I'm gonna show my cat.
Vinny Boombots wanted me to play something, so.
Some girl wants to see you on TV.
1 second.
You got Sheba? Okay. They want to see you on the screen. Oh, that's up. Is that wrong with it? All right, next time. Ah, fuck, where are you? You're in that house I bought.
All right.
St. John's, baby. St. John's. You see it? Shout out to they won again.
Shout out to the Red Storm. All
Rank number 7, baby. Rank number 7. I can't find her, Brian. She's around somewhere. I should get her food. Whatever. What's going on?
Nothing. I just got to do something before we go. I'm having a bit of an issue. All right, never mind. I got it.
Hold on. Why you look for that? Let me look for this cat.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna email you, Matt. I'll email you from that one because I'm the only one that looks at that one. Yeah, Codfather, we are. We're getting off in a couple minutes. I'm gonna share. I'm gonna share a clip real quick that the great Vinny Boombot sent.
All right, here she is. Oh,
hey, there she is.
Sheba. Say hello. How'd you like a belly rubbed, right? You want to buy one?
I got enough.
We ain't giving you away. Hell no.
I got enough. One of them's running around here somewhere.
Look at the coat on this thing.
Yeah, I see. It's a Maine Coon, you said, right?
Yeah, she's heavy too. Like one of my. So Brian,
well, they're big. They're big.
Rescue cats. Go ahead, baby. And
right,
shout out to Brian.
Here we go, Jimmy. Here we go.
Oh, I think a good idea, yeah. Jimmy, Calamandria. Wow, okay. I saw. Oh, I think a good idea, yeah. Gene Borelli. Wow, okay. I saw. Oh, I think a good idea, yeah. Michael Frank Cheese. Wow, okay. I saw. Oh, I think a good idea, yeah. Tony, bananas are saying bananas. You know. Wow. Okay. Nice talk. Oh, well, that'd be a good idea, yeah. Bad beach, guys. Wow. Okay. Nice talk. Oh, well, that'd be a good idea, yeah. Carmine Lemondosi. Oh, well, that'd be a good idea, yeah.
That's great.
Calamandria.
That's great. Yeah, I bought my friend here too. Here you go.
That's awesome. Very creative.
I bought my buddy.
Hey, look at that one. Nice.
The one-eyed
name.
bandit.
Oh, she got one eye.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
One-eyed bandit.
We'll call him Guzzo.
Guzzo. Hey, Guzzo. What's going on? He's from Britain. He's a British boy.
Oh, really?
Yep.
You don't say.
You don't say. All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen, this has been 52 Topics with Frank Fiordilino. Thursday night live.
A very special thank you to everybody, and especially Howie for making the show really, really cool as shit. I mean, great job. Anytime we have Howie, anytime you hear Howie, he's always brings a lot to the table, to this genre especially. So thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for you guys for making the show possible. We're at 2,000 subscriptions. And thanks. Thank you. Thank you
so much, everyone. Yep, like Frank said, 2,000 subscribers. We really appreciate you. At some point, we got some other plans for the channel. We'll discuss those soon. Thank you, Cindy. It's actually a boy, but I get it. He's cute. He's adorable too. Thank you, Vinny Boom Bots. Let me just give a shout out to the donators. Thank you, Vinny Boom Bots. Thank you so much for all you do. Thank you, Matt, so much. Thank you, SBK, Franco, Pasta Patate, Carmine S, Broke Woke Joke, Omar, Danny F, Albanian. Oh, no, wrong one. Nightmare. Shout out Albanian anyway. Sven Larson, Matt, Roro G. Thank you to everybody. Big Lou. Thank you to you, my man. Everybody have a great night. We really appreciate all you. Look out for the next episode. We're going to have an episode on Knickerbocker Avenue post Carmine Galante death. I think you guys are really going to enjoy that. Frank, stay right there. Good night, everyone.